Hello everyone, good afternoon. Wow, Bhanuteja, good afternoon. Titan Gaming, namaste. You were there only to the half class yesterday. Till the end you weren't there, Titan. Sujesh, good afternoon. Rajat, good afternoon. Pujita, good afternoon. So, hello everyone, welcome back to the class of Cmad final paper number 17 CMAD Cost and Management Audit Marathon class. And today is our day 3. Paul, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Paul. Sorry, there was a small technical glitch which was happening because of a rain in Chennai. So there was heavy rains going on in my place in Chennai. If any one of you in the chat box are from Chennai, then you will know that there are rains in Chennai and predicted to be a week. Yes, Madam Friendship Charan. Okay. So because of rain, there was some network connectivity issue. So just because of that, we were delayed by 9 minutes. I'm sorry for that. But it's okay. We'll car that 9 minutes. You need not worry about it. Okay. Now, before beginning with the today's class, what about yesterday's class? How many of you revised yesterday's class? Did any one of you open the folder at least? Whatever the document which I have sent you, did any one of you open that and saw the questions which are there, which we were discussed in the yesterday's class? Did anyone do that? If yes, then let me know. Pujita, yes ma'am. Nivedini, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Nivedini. Namrata, good afternoon. Did anyone of you revise yesterday's class? Janardhan, yes ma'am. Bhanuteja, yes ma'am. Varshil, ma'am, I trust the delay not worthless. Yes, it's not. Titan, cost auditor చదివాను ma'am. Great. Class విన్నంత వరకు రివైజ్ చేశారు అయితే. Good. Muskan, yes ma'am. Except CAS. Why except CAS? CAS is important. What all are important are there, you are skipping. And today is one of the topic which many students skipped from the entire portion itself. They didn't touch this topic itself. So just because of that, we have brought it to our marathon today. Unnati, ma'am, please take internal control, operational audit chapter marathon as well, as I haven't done management audit. Unnati, if there is time, we'll do that. Or else don't worry, revision class upload ho jayega. Paul, yes ma'am, revised. Okay. Great. Now, you all already know day 1 and day 2 marathon session has already been completed and is available in our YouTube channel, which is BCCA YouTube channel. And in day 1 and day 2, we have revised Unit 1 Basics of Cost Audit, Unit 2 Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014, Unit 3 Cost Auditor, Unit 4 Overview of Cost Accounting Standards and GASAP from Section A Cost Audit. We have completed the most major important theory questions which can be tested in the examination. Now, in today's class, most importantly, we are going to start with Section B, Management Audit. And in Section B, Management Audit, we are going to complete today Unit 1, Basics of Management Audit, and Unit 2, Management Reporting Issues and Analysis. The major speciality of today's classes, mostly, now currently the viewers are 41 viewers. I can bet that mostly 41 are new to this particular topic, or at least 90% of students who are watching this live haven't touched management audit yet, or would have touched management audit and not perfect with that subject, or would have listened to the classes but thought that okay, this is too much and we can't do this, and avoided that particular topic. Yes or no? Now, no one in this chat box will tell that management audit is my favorite topic, ma'am. No one will tell. I know about it. If anyone of you are there saying like management audit is my favorite topic, then you are the best student. Okay, you must be. You would have been the topper in whatever you have done so far. So today is such a topic which we are going to start. And because I have received n number of messages from students asking for ma'am management audit karwa do, management audit karwa do. Today we are going to do the management audit. Deepak, I am totally fresh. I know for CMAD subject itself, most of the students will be fresh. They will only start the CMAD revision before the examination. Namrata, yes ma'am. Abhishek, it's great. Titan, easy అనిపిస్తుంది కానీ మ్యామ్ నాకు రాదు మ్యామ్. అలానే ఉంటది, మొత్తం సబ్జెక్ట్ అలానే ఉంటది, ఈజీగానే ఉంటది, కానీ రాయడానికి చదవడానికి రాదు. But after this class, I bet I'll become expert in this topic. Deepak, you're great. You should have that confidence and I'll do justice for that confidence. Earth, I am sorry to pronounce that if it's wrong. Hey there. Good afternoon. Want to say that you contributed a significant portion in my CMAD preparation. I scored 82 in CMAD. Thanks. Wow, great. Thanks for joining the live and letting our students know about your marks and giving the credit to me. I'm really glad for that. But it's all your effort. It's all your readings. MA favorite management audit. Great cricket. 94 in December 24. Thank you. Thank you for joining and letting us know that you have scored 94 marks. Thank you so much. So these students are live examples who are watching. They have scored 80 plus and 90 plus in previous attempts. So this is your turn to beat their marks and get more marks than them. Okay. So that in next marathon, you can come live and tell that, ma'am, I have scored 94 marks. Ma'am, I have scored 96 marks in cost audit. Okay. So do the manifestation and you'll be able to do that. Now, without any much delay, we'll start with section B, management audit. Basics of management audit. How many questions did we pick today? Super questions, we have 5 questions. Whereas smart questions, we have 2 questions. What is the weightage of basics of management audit? 7 marks is the weightage. Now coming to unit 2, management reporting issues and analysis. Super questions, we have picked 6 questions, and coming to smart questions, none. Because what question can be tested in the examination? Even I don't know. I am not the one who is preparing the paper. So I can't take this question to be choice question. So I've given all the 6 questions which have been tested in the previous attempts as super questions. So just revise all the questions and you'll understand it. Now how many marks weightage? 10 to 17 marks weightage. If one theory question is tested, then it is 7 marks, or else from this particular topic, unit 2, management reporting issues and analysis, practical question is being tested in MCQs. As in the first session, I have told you we have 30 MCQs, in which first 15 MCQs for 30 marks, in which first 10 MCQs will be theory MCQs and last 5 MCQs will be practical MCQs, right? Those last 5 MCQs will be tested from this management reporting issues and analysis. So those are for 10 marks and one theory question may be tested. Now unit 3, management audit in different functions, will be our topic in tomorrow's class. We'll see what are the questions which are there in the tomorrow's class. Okay. So today we are going to complete unit 1 and unit 2. I hope it is clear. Now we'll start with unit 1, basics of management audit. Titan, blessed to witness your marathon, ma'am. Antadamma. If anyone beated 94 in time term, I'll give best gift for them. Adrit CTA group. Okay, so he's giving a bet that no one can beat him. If anyone beats him, then he'll give a gift. Subscribe that YouTube channel and after that you will be able to ask him about your gift. Now, as many of the students face the difficulty in the topic of management audit, I thought of giving utmost clarity in this particular topic. Okay, So far in section A cost audit, we haven't touched the other materials. Only when we are discussing cost accounting standards or when we were discussing section 148, I have opened the capsule notes. But as management audit is difficult topic as you think for many of your students, so I thought I'll start my revision by covering the capsule as well so that you will understand the concept, and then our major goal is to learn how the questions are being tested. We will learn the questions only. Okay, but for the introduction I'll take the capsule, but whatever questions the content is there we'll discuss from this particular material itself. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Let me just open my management audit notes. And I have thought of this just because many students face difficulty in this particular topic and they don't want to take a risk randomly just revising every content because no one will understand it, because no one know about it. So we will do the revision of it and then we will go to the questions. Okay. Now, firstly, foremost, what is the topic name? It is management audit. Now, what does it called as management audit? Okay. Now, what is called as a management audit? Audit, we already know what is audit. Audit is nothing but a verification of something. Now, in cost audit, we have understood that cost audit is verification of some cost records, cost statements, and other related information of an entity. Now, coming to here, we are talking about management audit. Now, when it comes to management audit, what we are doing the verification for? We are doing here the verification or the review of the capabilities and the competencies of the people who are there in the management. To be more precise, whoever we call it as a management team, how well they are working. Now, what is the work which management do? As a management, we call it in the business or in a company or in an entity, there is some people who is a group of people called as management, right? Now, what is the work which is done by the management? They take the decisions which are most important to run the entity. So, the decision making part is done by the management, right? Now, in this decision making part, how well they are competent enough to be more simple, how experienced they are and how well they are taking the decisions. Now, randomly they can't pick a decision according to their own willfulness, according to their own personal reasons, they can't take it. They have to understand how the company is working, what products are there, how much they have to invest, how much they have to put into the business, how products have to be made, and at what time the products have to be made, how the people have to be recruited. Each and every minute decision has to be taken by the management, keeping in view how the entity should work. And each and every entity will have different objective, different goal, different vision and mission. Yes or no? Now we can't tell that how the management have taken the decision randomly, no one can take it. The management have to take the decision based on the objective of the company. The main goal is to meet the objective and to maximize the profit by minimizing the cost. According to that, they have to take the decisions. Now, how competently and how capably they are taking the decisions, regarding that, if you are doing a review, regarding that, if you are doing the verification, that is called as management audit. I hope it is clear. Now, it is also an independent audit. Whatever we discuss as an audit, if the term audit is there, you have to write independent term must and should, because audit is nothing but a verification which will be done by an independent person. Now, it is an independent review, analysis or assessment of competencies and capabilities of whom? Of companies management in carrying out their corporate objectives. So, for meeting these corporate objectives, how capable and competent the management are there. Regarding that, if we are doing a review, analysis or assessment as an independent basis, it is called as management audit. So, this can be a definition which you will be able to write it down in the examination. I hope it is clear. Now, management audit, it is not a one-time process. It is a continuous process. It is the process of appraising the performance of directors and managers. In this management audit, what we are doing? We are assessing the performance of directors and managers. It detects and diagnoses the problem and suggests various means to avoid and resolve a problem. By doing this management audit, we will understand how decisions have been taken by the management. If decision is taken correct, then the company will have profits. If company is not having profits, then the management auditor, whoever the person is there, who has been appointed to do the management audit, he will be called as management auditor. Now, if company is having a losses, then management auditor will do the assessment to understand why there are losses. Is it just because of bad decision which is taken by the management, or are there any external factors which are related to it? If there are any external factors, then what management auditor will do? He will do the assessment of it. He will suggest to the management stating that these are the external factors because of which you are in losses. So correct these. If you are doing all those which I have told you, then you will lead to profits. But if there are losses just because of management bad decision making, he will let the management or higher than the management to know about it that this person has committed a fraud. This because this person who is there in the management has intentionally taken the wrong decision to lead the company into a failure. So all that will be given in his report, which is called as management audit report. I hope it is clear. So by doing this management audit, we'll be able to detect and diagnose the problem, and management auditor will suggest various means to avoid and resolve that particular problem. I hope it is clear. Now, management audit is not done to evaluate an individual person's performance. Make it understand, make it clear, management audit is not done to do the evaluation of single person performance. It is done as an evaluation of a management team's performance, but to evaluate management team's effectiveness towards their work. दीपक, थैंक यू सो मच मैम, आपने अपना डिसीजन बदलकर हमारे लिए भी सोचा. Yes, Deepak, this is just because of you. Marathon is because of you. If I'm taking randomly, then who is getting benefited out of it? Now, next, Bharadwaj, please share management audit handwritten notes. Madam Bharadwaj Gupta, are you asking about this particular notes? Then it's only available in our BCCA app, and I have thought about it, this capsule or the concept book or the pinnacle, whatever it is there, if students need it for this particular attempt, the soft copies, we will make it available for sale for a very minimal price, because we also as an institution have our own obligations that we can't share our material randomly. So but we will put it, I will put it for a minimal price. I'll talk with the management and we will decide it. We'll put it for a minimal price so that you will be able to purchase it and use it. Okay. Now, whatever this particular notes is there, it is freely available. I am sharing it in my Telegram channel. The link is there in the description box. You can go, you can use it. I hope it is clear. Now, it is not done to evaluate the individual performance, but a management team's performance. Now, by doing this assessment, we will understand the interest of stakeholders. Now, by evaluating this management team, what are we doing the evaluation for? We are understanding how well the management is understanding the interest of stakeholders, which means who all are stakeholders? We have different stakeholders to the entity or the company. It could be shareholders, it could be government, it could be customers, it could be any other people. All combination, employees, everyone will come under the stakeholders. Now, business have to understand what is the interest of stakeholders. Now, what customers want from the entity? They want a best quality and quantitative products. So, based on that only, the products have to be made. That decision have to be taken by the management. Now, what employees need? Employees, do they want quality and quantity products? No. If you are giving a proper wages to them, timely bonus if you are giving, timely salary payment if you are doing, they are very well. if you're giving them incentives, if you're giving them benefits for their work, then they are happy for that. So based on that only management has to take the decision. Now what government wants? Government is not concerned about your profits, not concerned about your losses. Government wants tax payment. If you're taking the decision on that particular basis, then they are also happy. So for different interest groups of the entity who we call as stakeholders, there are different needs and wants. Based on that, the management has to take the decision. Regarding that only we will do the evaluation. The second point, how well the management is maintaining good relationship with the employees. Are they treating employees very well, or are they just taking making the work and not making them the payments? Now how well the employees are being treated, because employees are the one who is doing the work. Management are just sitting and taking the decisions. Who are working, who are in the production? Employees. Now how well management is treating the employees, regarding that also evaluation will be done in management audit. Next, to uphold the reputational standards. Now if the profit is only the concern, management can get, or management can take the decisions to get the profit in any way. Now I can reduce my quantity of goods or reduce my quality in goods to get the profit. I can do whatever manipulation I want to attain the profits. But to attaining profits, we have to have our reputational standards. So there is also something called as goodwill for an entity. So management does not only should focus on the profit, they should also focus on the reputational standards of the entity. So when doing the management audit, management auditor will verify how well the management is understanding the interest of stakeholders, how well they are maintaining good relationship with the employees, and how well they are upholding the reputational standards. I hope it is clear. And it is conducted before merger, business restructuring, bankruptcy, and succession planning. This doesn't mean that management audit will only be conducted in these 4 areas. No, management audit can be conducted whenever management wants. There isn't any specific time period of it. Yes, we have a time frames when the management audit can be conducted, but it is not that only when merger is happening or only when business restructuring is happening, the management audit has to be done. No, but when merger is happening, business restructuring is happening, bankruptcy or succession planning is happening, definitely management audit has to be done. Because to know how management is there, how the company is working, how the decisions are being taken, and on what terms and conditions or the policies, procedures the entity is working. To know that, management audit has to be done. In which cases, when merger is happening, when business restructuring is happening, when there is a bankruptcy, and when there is a succession planning, which means the CEO, the next CEO is being appointed. To identify the weakness in the management and help in strengthening the internal controls. I hope it is clear. Now, why management audit is necessary for an organization? For any organization, what is the main objective? To maximize the profit and to minimize the cost. Yes or no? Maximize profit and minimize the cost. Now, so management audit is done to improve the efficiency and profitability of the organization. Now, how we are telling the management audits is related to profitability, as I've already told you. Management audit. In management audit, we are doing the verification of the decisions which are taken by the management. Now, if profit is there, then whatever the decision which is taken by the management is right, because of which the company ran well, there is a profit. If the management hasn't taken the decisions well, what could have happened? The operations aren't efficient, so there are losses. So we'll be able to know the profitability of organization also by doing the management audit. By identifying loopholes in the management practices, whether there are any inefficiencies in the organization structure, whether there are any outdated methods and practices, unnecessary process or steps, under or over utilization of resources. We'll be able to know all of this when we are doing the management audit. I hope it is clear. Now, the most important thing, is it mandatory? Management audit, is it a statutory compliance? As we have seen in the cost audit. In cost audit, we have threshold limits which has to be complied by an entity. If entity is coming under the threshold limits, then mandatorily they have to go for maintenance of cost records and mandatorily they have to do the cost audit. But here in the management audit, is there any mandatory compliance? Is it a statutory compliance? The answer is no. This is not mandatory. Management, they themselves will decide whether they have to go up with the management audit or not. Management audit is not compulsory under any law. No specific qualifications are prescribed for the management auditor. I hope it is clear. So this is the introduction of management audit. I hope whatever we have discussed so far is clear. Now, we will start with the questions, and in these questions you will get much more clarity about the basics of management audit. Now, Unit 1, basics of management audit. Super question number 1. What is the top objective of having a management audit? Why management audit is important? What is the objective of management audit? Now, a management audit is an independent review, analysis and assessment of what? Of companies' management, competencies and capabilities in achieving the corporate objectives. This is what the definition I have told you. Unlike an appraisal of individual executives, the focus is on effectiveness of management team. Nothing but the management audit is not done to evaluate the individual performance, but a management team's performance in serving all stakeholders, maintaining employee relations and upholding the company's reputation. This is what I have told you. Now, it evaluates overall management performance covering areas like planning, organizing, coordination, process and control. In management audit, we will evaluate the management performance, which will include planning, organizing, coordination, process and control. Whether all these aspects have been complied by the management or not. Whether everything they are doing rightly or not. Regarding that, we will do the evaluation in management audit. I hope it is clear. Now, what are the situations for conducting a management audit? Before merger or restructuring, during bankruptcy or succession planning. It is useful for identifying weaknesses in the management and strengthening the controls. What are the major objectives of management audit? First, clearly defined prime objectives of the organization. Now, by doing this management audit, we will have a clear-cut idea of what is the objective of organization. Now, based on that only, we will decide what is the objective of management audit. For example, now, one organization will have different objectives. For example, I have a company. Okay. Now, if my company is a small company, which is a small entity, what will be my objective? To survive in the market. I just want to survive in the market because there are many competitors in the market. For a quite certain period, for the first primary objective of my company will be to survive in the market. And then I need a little bit of profits. And then I will get into the competition with the other companies. This is how the objective will be there. If I am a reputed company, I will have someone competitive. Now, what will be my objective? My objective is to beat the competitive company in the profits. This is how the objective will work. Yes or no? Now, based on that company objective, we will decide how to do the management audit. So, by doing this management audit, we will have a clearly defined prime objectives of the organization. Next, the setting of a well-defined organization structure with clear-cut lines of reporting. In management audit, there are many people involved. Yes or no? So, by doing this management audit, what will happen is we will set a well-defined organizational structure which has to be followed by each and everyone for having a clear-cut reporting. Which means if I am telling that I and the other person, like person A in the management, for example, let's think there are 10 people. Okay, there are 10 people. Now, there are many employees who are working. 10,000 employees are working. Okay, if one person is there in that particular employees, if he is coming and reporting to one of the management team person, what will other person do? in the ego, they will go and tell that person that why you have reported to that person. You have to come to me and report it. No, I am your senior. I am also there in the management. You have to come and report to me. Now, what will happen is there will become a clash in the structure of management itself. So, by doing this management audit, we will bring a proper, well-defined organization structure for having a clear-cut lines of reporting. So, he will be the head, and then he will be the person, the third person, the fourth person, and then we will have a clear-cut definition of top level management, middle level management, and bottom level management. This is how the process will be working, and this will be very much helpful when we are going for the management audit. Next, goal setting process aligned with the business objective. We will define our goal based on our objective. Now, many students will think that goal and objective is the same terms, but there is a difference between a goal and an objective. Now, what is called as an objective? Objective is something which is for a long term. Okay, if I want to become the Ambani, it is my objective. To become Ambani, what I have to do now, what I have to do in 1 year, what I have to do tomorrow, short term goals, whatever I am fixing to achieve my long term goal, long term objective will be my goal. I hope it is clear. Objective is a long term process, which means there is an indefinite period. When will I become Ambani? I can become after 50 years. I can become after 60 years. I can become after 100 years. There isn't any time span for that. So that will become my objective. To reach that objective, I'll fix my clear-cut goals for 6 months. In 6 months, where I have to be. In 1 year, where I have to be. In 2 years, where I have to be. I'll fix a clear-cut goals, short-term goals. So this is the difference between goal and objective. So first, we will determine what is our objective. Based on that, we will set our goal. I hope it is clear. Goal is achievement of objective. Yes, you are right, Muskan. Next, challenge existing rules and regulations to work out an effectiveness level. So, based on the existing rules and regulations, we will decide how effective they are working. Now, I will fix a rule. Today, the management will fix a rule. I will fix a rule stating that everyone has to come to the class by 3 p.m. Okay. Now, whether everyone are being able to join by 3 p.m. or not, I'll know only after implementing that rule. Yes or no? Without implementing the rule, I'll not know. I'll just assume that, okay, everyone will join by 3 p.m. Now, what if they are a working professional? They may not be joining by 3 p.m. If I am fixing any rule, then that may be implemented properly or may not be followed by each and everyone. So, by doing this management audit, we will challenge the existing rules and regulations to work out the effectiveness level. So, based on that, the management auditor will suggest what rules and regulations can be changed. I hope it is clear. Next, suggesting improvement measures for giving an impetus to business performance in the forthcoming months or periods. So, how well in the future the business operations should be going on. Based on that, the management auditor will give suggestions for improvement. Next, suggesting ways to restructure the organization and ensure high quality service at all the quarters. So, based on the effectiveness, whatever the management auditor has studied, he will give the suggestions, and then he will suggest the ways to restructure the organization, which means whatever you have followed so far, the management auditor will change everything. That is what is called as restructuring. Doesn't mean that we will break down all the walls which are there, will construct it again. No. Whatever the rules they used to follow, we will change it. Not completely, but a slight changes will be done based on the requirement. More effective resource utilization planning, optimum utilization of resources. Even if you are utilizing it properly, how more effectively you may be able to utilize it. Incorporating management information system to reach production and work efficiency goals. So, how management information system should be there to reach the production and work efficiency goals. Identification of weak points or managerial inefficiencies with respect to core functional areas of businesses, namely finance, sales, and production. So, what are the weak points which are there for the management? The identification of those weak points will be done, and based on that, we will understand and the management auditor will give the suggestions to the management. I hope it is clear. So these are the main objective for which management audit is being conducted. Now, to remember these objectives, you can make it as a story. Firstly, I have to understand what is the objective of the organization. Based on that only, I'll determine how management is working. Yes or no? If I don't know who is your, what is your objective, I can't tell you how well you are preparing. If you are preparing for CMA, I can tell you that, okay, your aim will be 200 marks. If you are preparing for some BBA, BCom, I can't tell you that, okay, just prepare whatever it is there and you will pass. How can I tell you? I can't tell you that. So there is a different objective for each and everything. So we have to first determine the objective, and then based on that objective, we'll set who will be the how will be the organization structure. Remember it as organizational hierarchy. Okay, organizational hierarchy will be set based on the clear-cut reporting lines, and then we will set the goal for the objective. Whatever objective is there, based on that we will determine how is the reporting lines, and then based on that we will determine what is our goal, and after that we will challenge the existing rules and regulations for improving the effectiveness, and then after we will improve whatever measures are there. Based on that improvement, the auditor will suggest ways for restructuring the organization, more optimum utilization of resources, incorporating management information system, and identification of weak points. So whatever these red lines are there, if you are remembering that, it is more than enough. So these are the objectives of management audit. I hope it is clear. Now next, smart question number 1. Discuss the scope of management audit. Now what does it mean by scope of management audit? The entire coverage. How in management audit, what all are included? How well it is covered? Now, scope of management audit. Appropriateness of organization structure. Management audit will evaluate whether the current structure and reporting lines support the company goals or not. This is our second point in the objective. Right or not? First, we will determine the objective, and then we will decide whether whatever the reporting structure is there, whether it is matching to the objective or not. That is the first scope of management audit. In management audit, we will evaluate whether the current structure, the organizational hierarchy, whatever it is there, whether that the reporting lines support the company goals or not. And then coordination among the departments. Assess interdepartmental coordination in achieving management objectives. First, we will do the assessment about the reporting lines. Then we will do the assessment about the interdepartment coordination. Each and everything, whatever it is there, it should meet the objective of the organization. Next, third, we will do the risk management. Suggest a robust structure for risk management to enhance the governance. We'll do the assessment of risk, and based on that, we'll give you the suggestions for risk management. Fourth, stakeholders management. Reviews how management interacts with and serves the stakeholders. How well they are understanding the interest of stakeholders and how they are giving the service to stakeholders. That is also a scope. Next, project evaluation. Includes assessing growth budgets and appropriation methodologies. So, we will do the evaluation of project, and while doing that evaluation, we will determine what will be our growth budget, and also we will adjust the appropriate methodologies for doing that project correctly. I hope it is clear. So this is the entire coverage of management audit. By doing management audit, we will know about the reporting lines. Okay, we will know about the reporting lines, and then we will know about the interdepartmental coordination, and then we will know about the risk management, and then we will be able to do the stakeholder management, and after that finally we'll also do the project evaluation. Combination of everything is nothing but management audit. I hope it is clear so far. So far, whatever we are discussing, is it clear? Are you understanding the introduction to the management, the objectives of management? Now we have discussed the scope of management. Is it clear? Are you understanding it? Titan, to achieve objectives, goals are needed. Yes, you're right. Is it clear whatever we have discussed? Are you understanding it? Pujita, clear, ma'am? What about others? Is it clear? Rajat, clear, ma'am. Titan, clear. Muskan, yes, ma'am. Sujesh, clear, ma'am. Okay. Now, moving on to super question number 2. Rajat, clear, ma'am. Now, what is super question number 2? Who is qualified to conduct the management audit? Who is qualified to conduct the management audit? So far, we have understood what is management audit. Now, who is qualified to do management audit? Management audit is not covered by any statute in the India, which means, is it mandatory? The answer is no. Management audit is not mandatory. Hence, no qualification bar can exist. If it is not mandatory, I can't tell that only this person have to do the management audit. They will tell that, okay, in which book it is there. Okay, you also to your sisters or to your family members, you would have asked at least once in your lifetime. They would have told something out of a concern to you, and you would have told that, oh, is there, it is there in the constitution? You would have told that dialogue, yes or no? So simply the same thing is repeating here. If there isn't any there in law, no one will listen to it. Hence, no qualification bar can exist. Any person possessing certain qualities can perform management audit. But there have to be a qualities. Not the qualification, but qualities are important. The management auditor should have the following qualities. What all it is? A management auditor should have a good knowledge and experience of all managerial functions, which means if you are having any one person in your business, okay, in your family who is doing a business, sorry, anyone, at least in your family, at least one person would have been in a business. Yes or no? Now, when you're doing a business, what you will see as a quality, he should have an understanding about the business. Yes or no? He should understand how well the investment will be there, how to run a business, how to bring the products, how to make it available for sale, how to do the marketing, how to do the advertising. He needs to have that idea about how to run a business. Yes or no? So similarly here also, if you are becoming a management auditor, first you have to understand what is the work which is done there. If you doesn't know what is the work which is done there, you can't go and question it. Yes or no? How will you question it? You don't know what it is. Then how will you go then how you will go and do the verification? Sorry. So any person possessing certain qualities can perform management audit. No qualification bar has been set. The management auditor should have the following qualities. First and foremost, the management auditor should have a knowledge and experience about the all managerial functions. What they will do. First, he has to know that. Next, an auditor should have a good knowledge of financial cost statement and analysis techniques. Okay, he needs to have financial knowledge, cost statement analysis techniques knowledge. Next, he who knows about the economic and business laws. He should also have the knowledge about the economic laws and business laws. Next, understanding of organization structure and decisions taken by the management. He should be capable of understanding what is the organization structure and why the decisions are being taken by the management. If one decision is taken, what could be the reason they would have taken the decision? He should have the understanding of it. The working of organization and its problems is also required. So, how the organization is working, why there is a problem and why there is not a problem, why there are profits, why there are losses. He should understand everything. Next, thorough understanding of all process and control aspects. He should have thorough knowledge of all the processes which are happening in the entity. He should know and understand the objectives of organization very well. He should understand what is the objective of organization. Next, he should understand planning, budgets, rules and procedures to be applied in the management reviews. So, when doing the management audit, how the planning should be done, how the budget should be made, what rules and procedures should be made. He should have an understanding about it. He should be well versed with the entire production process. He should understand how production is being done. He should have enough knowledge and experience to understand the reason behind the lack of coordination between different departments. As I have told you, one of the scope of management audit is to have an interdepartmental coordination. So in management audit, we'll also do the assessment about the interdepartmental coordination. Now, if the interdepartment coordination is not there, then the management auditor should have the capability of understanding why there isn't any interdepartment coordination. The reason behind the lack of coordination between different departments. He should have the quality of giving practical and achievable solutions to the problems in the organization. If there is any problem, we should not randomly tell that, okay, go chant the Hanuman Chalisa, all the problems will be gone. No. It might work for your own mental peace, but not for reality. So in a management audit, if you are there, you have to do some work. Without doing some work, if you are sitting in chair, aram se, and thinking that crores and crores amount will come, the God will come and keep in front of you, it will not happen. You have to take all the 100% efforts, and after that, the result will be given by God. Okay. So this is how he should have the quality of giving a practical and achievable solution rather than doing a blah blah. Okay. So all these are the qualities of management auditor. I hope it is clear. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your marathon is very helpful. Thank you, Sunny Singh. So what all qualities are there? So read along with me so that you will also remember it. First, he should have a good knowledge and experience of all managerial functions. Second, he should have a good knowledge of financial, cost statements, economics, and business laws. You can write it as a single point if you want. Write it as a 4 points also. Who want? Write it. Next, understanding of organization structure and decisions taken by the management. After that, thorough understanding of all process and controls. After that, he should have an understanding of objectives of organization. Then, he should understand about the planning, budget, rules and procedures to do the management review. And after that, he should have a clear-cut understanding about the entire production process. He should be capable of understanding why there is a lack of interdepartmental coordination. And at last, he should give practical and achievable solutions for any problem in the organization. All these are the qualities of management auditor. I hope it is clear. Cost accountant, by virtue of his closer and more intimate association with the industrial environment, would be in a better position to undertake successfully the management audit. So what we are telling here, should be a cost accountant. Even though if it's a cost accountant should be by virtue of his closer and more intimate association with the industrial environment, which means he should have a clear-cut understanding about that particular industry. He should be very close to that industry. He should know in and out of that industry. Only then a cost account will also become a better person to undertake and do the management audit. Moreover, he is clearly associated with the entire supply chain management. He should have understanding about each and everything. Then a cost accountant can become a management auditor. I hope it is clear. Now, along with this question only, inside this question, there is another question which will make us understand in detail. Another question that requires an answer is whether the management audit should be conducted by independent practicing cost accountant or by company's own cost accountants, especially charged with this responsibility. It is obvious that a company's own cost accounts, howsoever excellated he may be, cannot act with a full sense of independence as an external auditor will be able to do so. Now, management auditor can be an internal person or an external person. Now, why internal person? There isn't any law about it. They told that he should be an independent person. Okay. There is a word called as independency. But even though if there is an independency, now how the management will trust and bring him to do a management audit? If it is a statutory compliance stating that a random person who doesn't have any relation. Like in cost audit, we have a term which is called as independent person, and we have taken that. But to appoint a cost auditor, we have disqualifications as well. Yes or no? In that disqualifications, clear-cutly they have mentioned that the officer or an employee of the entity cannot become a cost auditor. There it is there in the law, it is specified in a separate section. But here, they only use the term which is called as an independent, but they didn't told that employee cannot be an independent person. Yes or no? Employee is there, he is a neutral employee, which means he is not with the management, he is not concerned to the management, he has a neutral perspective. Then can we appoint him as a management auditor? Yes, you can appoint, because there isn't any law, there isn't any rule which has stated it. So here what the in management audit itself they have told, even though he is an internal employee, only an external auditor will be able to do so in an effective manner. If you want to appoint an internal auditor as well, internal employee as an auditor as well. But even though if you are appointing an internal employee as an auditor, he will not meet the standards which can be made possible by external auditor. Anyhow, he will be an external person. There will be no bias on whatever decision he has made. But he will have an advantage over his external colleague in that, having worked with the company, he has a better grasp over the company's activities. So there are advantages as well as disadvantages. Now, if we are taking as a management auditor, if internal employee is being appointed as a management auditor, now what is the advantage he is having? He already has all the knowledge about the company's activities. He knows each and everything about the company's activities. Now he knows who is fraudulent person, who is not a fraudulent person, who is good in the management, who is bad in the management. He knows everything. So based on that perspective only, he will do the management audit. Now, if he is an external party, here also there is an advantage, stating that he will be external, he doesn't have any kind of connection with the management or the entity. He will come, he'll have a clear-cut mindset, and without any bias, he will take the management audit. So in both the cases, there are advantages. So long as the management audit is not prescribed by any law, a company will have to make its own decision in this record. So who to appoint, whether they have to go for internal employee or an external employee, will be decided by the management, they themselves. Now, instead of entrusting it entirely to a cost accountant, internal or external. So the management auditor can be internal cost accountant or external cost accountant. We can also well think of a team consisting of, if we are not going for an appointment of cost accountant, we can go for appointing a team of cost accountants or team, which is an industrial or production engineer, a social scientist, an economist, and a practicing or own cost accountant. So combination of all them, we can have a team of management auditors. This proposal has the merit that it will collect the experience and expertise under one roof, and this collective wisdom will make a better job of management audit. So collectively, all the experiences have been brought to one as a team, and they will be our management auditors. So with this, they are stating that management audit can be done by an internal CMA, which means who is also an internal cost accountant, or they can appoint an external cost accountant. Okay, they can appoint an external cost accountant. If they doesn't want to appoint internal cost accountant or external cost accountant, they can go for a team approach. Okay, in this team approach, either they can go for a team of CMAs. Either they can appoint a team of CMAs, or they can appoint a team in which the people are from industrial or production engineer, social scientist, economist, as well as a practicing or having a own cost accountant. So by combining all those people also, we can make a team and they will be our management auditor. I hope it is clear. So this is about who can become a management auditor, who is qualified to conduct the management audit. Is it clear? Who is qualified to conduct a management audit? Is it clear? So far, whatever we have discussed, is it clear? Objectives, scope, and qualifications. Now, these qualifications have been tested in previous attempts very frequently, and this is also your December 2025 mock question paper question. Guys, are you there? Is it clear? Pujita, yes ma'am. Clear. Muskan, yes ma'am. Chaitan, Ardhamaindi ma'am. Haridev, crystal clear ma'am. That's what the reply which I want from my students. Crystal clear. Namrata, yes ma'am. Banateja, clear ma'am. Sujesh, yes ma'am. Okay, done. Now, we have understood what is management audit. We have understood why we are doing a management audit, which is the objective of management audit. We have understood what all is included in management audit, scope of management audit, and we have also understood who is eligible to become a management auditor. Now, discuss about the necessity of management audit. What is the necessity of doing a management audit? Law doesn't tell you to do it. It is not a statutory compliance. Even though it is not a statutory compliance, why you are taking so much of headache of appointing a management auditor, and he should have all these qualities. You have to check whether the person is having all these qualities, and then you have to appoint him. Now, appointment doesn't mean that you are randomly calling that person and telling that, okay, you have been appointed as a management auditor, come join in our company. No, even for that also, you'll have an internal procedures. Yes or no? In your MOA, AOA, you would have put some procedures which you have to follow it. Now, why you have to take so much of headache, as it is not a statutory compliance? Why you are doing it? What is the necessity of management audit? Now, management audit has become necessary on account of following reasons. Why it has become necessity? Management audit examines whether appropriate policies are laid down by the company management and the same being adhered to the spirit and action. Whatever policies and procedures are there, whether they have been properly given by the management or not. And if they have been applied, then whether there are spirit and action, which means whatever the implementation has been done, whether the implementation has been done correctly or not, and whether there is any result because of that implementation or not. So that will be to understand that management audit will help us. It helps in improvement of the performance of management as a team. We will understand how well they are performing. So based on that, we'll be able to improve the performance of management team. Management audit suggests eliminating the wastage or achievement of maximum with the minimum, which means by doing this management audit, we'll be able to eliminate the wastage, which means if the management is there and they have taken a decision of taking up a project, for example. Okay, now by taking up a project, we have two projects, for example, project A and project B. Okay, now by taking this project A, we have wastages. By taking this project B, we have no wastage or minimum wastage. Minimum wastage. But by taking up this project A, our profit is higher rather than compared to project B. Okay, now this management audit will suggest eliminating wastage or achievement of maximum with the minimum. Now, when you are taking a decision as a management person, you will take up the decision based on the profit perspective. I will think that by taking a project A, even though wastage is maximum, I am okay with that because profit is higher. But in case of management B, wastage is minimum, but the profit is low, no. So when compared to profit, I'll take the decision of a project A. Now, in this case, whether the decision which is taken as a project A, is it correct or not? That we will be able to understand with the management audit. Here, management audit will help us to do the, to come to a conclusion whether in this particular case you have to decide based on profit or based on wastage. So, management audit will give us clarity about reducing the wastage and maximizing the profit. I hope it is clear. And independent appraisal of a performance, will be able to do an independent appraisal of management team's performance, and then we'll be able to do the SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity and threat, are analyzed for timely management intervention. Will be able to identify what are the strengths of management, what is the weakness, what are opportunities, what are threats. Will be able to understand that. Next, review of effectiveness with respect to decision making process. Ensure good governance practice in every sphere of managerial activity. Whatever work they are doing, it should be of a good governance. It should not be done for a personal benefit. It should be done to meet the objectives of the organization, to get the profit for the organization. So this is why we are going for the management audit. I hope it is clear. So by doing management audit, we'll understand whether whatever policies and procedures which has been put by the management, whether is it right, whether it is implemented correctly, whether the benefit is there or not. And then we'll be able to improve the performance of management team, and we'll also be able to independently appraise the performance of it. And then we'll be able to suggest about the eliminating of wastage or about the achievement of maximum profit. And then we'll be able to do the analysis of SWOT, and then we'll be able to review the effectiveness about the decision making process, and then there will be we'll be able to ensure that there is a good governance in whatever work the management is doing. So all these are why we are going for a management audit, nothing but necessity of management audit. I hope it is clear. Now, super question number 3. Describe the functions of management audit. What are the functions of management audit? Management audit is a difficult and complex task. It performs the following functions. First and foremost, clear role identification. The auditor must carefully define their role, especially when dealing with top management. First, the auditor has to understand the auditor must carefully define their roles, especially when dealing with the top management, which means the auditor have to understand what is the organizational hierarchy, which means when he is dealing with the top management, he can't directly go and give a suggestion, which means if, for example, a person who is there in our chat box, whose name is Rajat. Now, for example, Rajat is working in some XYZ limited company, and he is a person from a top level management. Now, when can you become a person in a top level management? Right after completing your studies in just a age of 24 years or 25 years, can you become a managerial person, that too in a top level management? No, you need to have a lots and lots of experience. Step by step, you will become a top level management. Yes or no? Now, when we are talking about the top level management, the age and experience of this particular person will be higher. Yes or no? Now, when the age is higher, when the experience is higher, as a small cost accountant, you have become a management auditor. Assume that you have all the experiences, qualifications which we have discussed now, what all eligibility which is required to become a management auditor. You're thinking that you have all the knowledge about it, and you person have become a management auditor for a company which is XYZ Limited. Now you are going to Rajat and stating that, sir, you have done your work so far for this many years like this, but this is not the right way. You have to change it. The decision whatever you have taken is not right. You have to change it. Now, what will Rajat tell you? Hello, excuse me, beta. You have qualified just now. You have a knowledge about all these factors. I know. But even though I have experience, I have taken decisions for a past this many years. I know how decisions to be taken and how the decisions impact will be there in the organization. Yes or no? Now, management auditor has to decide and he has to clearly define their role, especially when dealing with the top management. He has to be in such a state that if he is going and giving any suggestion to the top level management, he should have all those proofs, whatever required. If the top level management is not listening to the auditor, he should prove everything. I am stating this particular suggestion because of this. He should convince them. In such a way, he has to deal with the top level management. So this is one of the functions of management audit. I hope it is clear. Next, examine scope of work. Identify areas for review and assist in linking performance standards with the responsibility ownership. Now, you have to understand, as an auditor, you have to understand the difference between the performance and the responsibility. Okay, now, when it comes to management, you have to understand what is the work which is done by the management and what is the responsibility of management. Based on that only, you have to do the review and give the assistance about it. I hope it is clear. Next, provide suggestions. Offer valuable, well-evaluated suggestions for improvement. I hope it is clear. So in these cases, the management auditor should be very well versed because this is a very complex task to do in the management audit. Now, areas for evaluation. What all evaluation has to be done? The management audit apprises a wide range of functions and departments, including but not limited to. If you are talking about this is only these points are not the functions. There are many more. But for us, only these are functions. Marketing, including selling and distribution. Manufacturing, including plant maintenance, capacity utilization. Procurement, including development of new vendors. Project management, including its timely, cost-effective implementation. Inventory control to ensure sustainable production or sales. Finance, including arranging finance for working capital and for project capital. Research and development to contribute to new product, process improvement, cost reduction, etc. Insurance, including adequate insurance for all assets against insurable perils. So all these are the functions of management audit, which means management auditor will do the evaluation in all these forms. I hope it is clear. Personnel management, including selection, recruitment, training, developments, motivation, and retention of human resources. Even personnel management is also will be evaluated by the management auditor. I hope it is clear. So all these are the functions of management audit. Is it clear so far whatever we have discussed? Necessity of management audit. Necessity of management audit as well as the functions of management audit. Is it clear? Muskan, experience. Titan, understanding of organization structure. Yes, you're right. मुस्कान, ये याद कैसे करें? किसको आप पूछ रहे हैं? इसको areas for evaluation. Banu Teja. Clear, ma'am. Sujesh. Yes, ma'am. How to remember that? Areas for evaluation. Now, as a management auditor, think that what all will be there in the management. Okay. In the management, what will be there? First, when we are talking about manufacturing, manufacturing will be there. Take first point as manufacturing. Manufacturing including planned maintenance, capacity, utilization. Second, after manufacturing, you will go for sales. Marketing including selling and distribution. Now, when you are doing production, when you are doing manufacturing, you need materials. For that materials, you need procurement including development of new vendors. Next, project management including timely, cost-effective implementation. Going for a new project, expansion is required, going for new projects. Inventory control to ensure sustainable production or sales. Inventory control is also required to have a sustainable production or sales, which means for better production to happen in the next years also, you need to have an inventory control. Finance, including arranging finance for working capital. You need money for manufacturing. Finance for manufacturing, for project capital, research and development to contribute to the new project, and insurance for adequate insurance of assets. Now link it with one another point. For manufacturing, after manufacturing, you go for sales. For manufacturing, you need procurement. For same manufacturing, you need money, which is finance. For going for a new project, you need research and development. For going it for next years, you need inventory control. And to safeguard this selling and distribution, you need insurance. So understand it as a story and take it in your mind as a story so that the points will be in your head when you are writing it in the examination. I hope it is clear. Muskan. Yes, ma'am. Functions. I told you just now, Muskan. Abhishek Kumar. Ma'am, some question is not in your workbook. What question, Abhishek? Are you telling about the material, the questions which are there in this particular material? If that's the case, this material is already shared in the Telegram channel. You can learn it from this material. Muskan, clear, ma'am. Okay, Muskan. Now, identify the steps of management audit. How management audit will be done in a stepwise format. Management reviews can be carried out for the area pre-planned or as directed from time to time. The steps of management audit are: management audit, either you can go as a pre-planned management audit, which means before getting into audit itself, you are planning everything. That can also be done. Or you can go from time to time changes also. You can change it as well. పూసగుచ్చినట్టు అర్థమైందా? వామ్మో టైటన్. It's nice. It's good for you. Thank you. Pujita, Pinnacle, ma'am. In Pinnacle, these questions are not there. Huh? I guess few questions are not there because few questions I've taken from the mock question papers as well, and few questions from recent mock question paper as well. So when I was doing the Pinnacle, I have included the previous attempt question papers and few mock question papers. As mock question papers are changing, new questions are being added, and those questions I have added in this particular attempt as well. So this is why I tell to my students that for each and every attempt, questions will be added. Because in mock question papers, in RTPs, in recent examinations, they'll ask this in different questions. Because this is a theory subject. In theory subject, they can ask question from anywhere. So that's why new question has been added. You need not worry, as this material is being shared to you, you can revise from here. Okay. Now, what is the steps of management audit? Either management audit can be pre-planned or directed from time to time. Yes, ma'am, few questions not there. It's okay, not a problem. For next printing, I'll add all these questions. Understanding objectives and scope. Select a specific area of management to review. First step, you will select in what area you're going to do the review of management. Next, document collection. Gather appropriate documents and data to establish content and outcomes and apprise management about gaps and recommendations. Next, you will gather the documents required to do the verification. And based on that, you will apprise management about the gaps and recommendations. Next, performance evaluation. Determine if actual results meet the standards. Now, the management would have decided. Rahul Raghav, ma'am, PDF available in the Telegram channel. Link is there in the description. Determine if actual results meet the standards, norms, or targets, and analyze the reasons for any discrepancies. First, you will decide how they have decided to perform, whether they have met with the target or not. If the target has not been met, then why there is a discrepancy. Key questions include: is the target too ambitious? Why it hasn't been achieved? Is the target too ambitious? Did you think that in 10 days you will complete the entire CMAD syllabus? Is the target too ambitious? The answer is yes. You can't clear entire CMAD. You can't read the entire syllabus of CMAD in just a span of 10 days. Is a failure to achieve the target costing the organization? By keeping this as the target, is there any loss for you? The answer is yes. Is the target too ambitious? Is the failure to achieve the target costing the organization? Two questions you will do when you are doing the performance evaluation. Then, assessment of achievement. Review what actions are taken to ensure targets and standards are met. You have fixed a target to complete CMAD in 10 days. Now, is the target too ambitious? The answer is yes. Will it cost you if you are not meeting that target? The answer is yes. But to meet that target, what you have taken as an action? You have watched class of CMA Parvathi ma'am, through which you will be able to qualify with a better marks in the examination. Now, if you have taken that particular action, then you will easily meet your target. So, what kind of action you have taken? How much effort you have taken to meet that particular target? That will also be evaluated by the management auditor. Management auditor will not just come and state that, okay, this was your target and this was your this was your result not meeting the target, which means you have not done work properly. No, management auditor will do the evaluation of why the target hasn't been met. Is it because that you have not put the 100% efforts, or you have put the 100% efforts even though your fate didn't work for you? Everything will be analyzed or reviewed by the management auditor. Review what actions are taken to ensure targets and standards are met, focusing on planning, operations and execution. About the technology usage as well, performance measurement and control. Each and everything will be evaluated, and then detailed investigation will be done. Conduct thorough evidence collection for audit findings. At last, reporting findings. He will prepare a management audit report. Report the audit findings along with the recommendations for improvement. So these are the steps of management audit. What is the first step? First step is to select what you're going to review. Select a specific area of management in which the management auditor is going to review. Second step, gather the appropriate documents. Now, how will you do the review? Just you will sit there and check whether he is working properly or not. You can't do that. You need a document for it. You need a record for doing the verification. Collect the documents. Second point. Third point, determine what is the standard, what is the target which is fixed, and what is the actual result. And evaluate whether the target has been met or not. If target hasn't been met, then what is the reason for it? What is the discrepancies? And in this particular performance evaluation, you will do the performance evaluation based on two questions. First, is the target too ambitious? Is the failure to achieve the target costing the organization? After doing performance evaluation, in the fourth stage, you will do the assessment of achievement. For achieving the target, what is the action which is taken by the management? Review what actions are taken to ensure targets and standards are met. And then after that, you will do the detailed investigation. Whatever documents so far collected, whatever performance evaluation you have done, whatever assessment of achievement you have done, you will re-verify everything and do the detailed investigation. After completion of investigation, what you will do? You will report the findings, and with the reporting, you will also give the recommendations for improvement. I hope it is clear. So these are the steps of management audit. I hope it is clear. Now, super question number 5. With the steps, you have to learn the procedure of management audit as well. Explain the procedure of management audit. Audit procedure should be tailored to the specific needs of each situation examined. So based on each and every situation, this procedure will change. Okay. The following procedures may be followed for conducting management audit. First, now these are the steps of management audit. For each and every step, procedure will be changed. Okay. Now, first, what is the step? Select a specific area. You will select what you have to review. Second, you have to collect the documents. Yes or no? For collecting documents, what you can do? You can do the preliminary survey. You can do the preliminary survey. Gather background information on the audited activity. Whatever you are doing the audit, for that you will gather the background information. Just a moment. Next, discussion with the responsibility owner. Identify key issues and concerns. When you're collecting this information, if you have any doubt, go and talk with that particular management person and understand why there is a discrepancy. Next, data collection. Gather relevant documents aligned with the audit scope. Whatever you have put in your specific area as, based on that you will collect the data. Next, analysis and review. Whatever data which is collected, whatever survey you have done, whatever talkings you have done with the responsible owner, you will analyze and review everything. Study responsibilities, legal framework and restrictions. After that, management control evaluation. Assess policies, procedures and control the weakness. How management has done the policies, how management has done the procedures. Based on that, you will do the evaluation. After that, you will identify the weaknesses, highlight process gaps and discuss with the management. At last, you will do the report and give the recommendations. Present findings with the improvement suggestions. I hope it is clear. So, this is the entire procedure. First, preliminary survey. Second, discussion with the responsibility owner. Third, data collection. After that, whatever preliminary survey you have done, whatever discussion you have done, whatever data collection you have done, you will do the review, analysis and review. After that, you will do the management control evaluation, how they have done their work regarding the policies, procedures. You will do the evaluation. After that, you will identify the weaknesses in their policies and procedures. After that, you will report and give the recommendations. I hope it is clear. So, these are the procedures of management audit. So, these are the super 5 questions and smart 2 questions from basics of management audit. I hope it is clear. So, when you are learning a topic of management audit, how you have to start and how you have to end. The same way how I have taken the class, the same way you will read as well. First, you will start with the introduction to management audit. And then you will learn objectives of management audit. And then you will learn scope of management audit. And then you will learn who is eligible to become a management auditor. And then you will learn qualities of management auditor. Then, is doing management audit necessary? The answer is no. Then you have to read that. After that, you will determine what is the necessity of management audit and then functions of management audit and then steps of management audit. At last, procedure of management audit. I hope it is clear. So, these are the concepts which we have in basics of management audit and this is the the order of learning it. Rahul ma'am, PDF, spider, Jibulu spider, PDF please. PDF is available in the Telegram channel. Rajat, after attending these classes, 80 plus confirm. I want this confidence, Rajat. I'm proud of you. I'm happy to hear that. I want this confidence with my students. You will get 80 plus, Rajat. I have full confidence on you. You will get that. PDF available in Telegram, bro. Why, bro? What is this, bro? It is available. I have shared it already. So far, whatever we have discussed in basics of management audit, is it clear? Is it clear? Basics of management audit. Now, again, I'm telling you, when I am explaining all these concepts, it will easily understandable to you. I know that all my students who are there in this live, you have understood the concept. You know what is there in this particular basics of management audit. You know what are the questions which are there. But right after the class, you have to learn the points. Whatever we have discussed, in the same order, you have to revise the points again and again. At least 4 to 5 times, you have to revise it. Only then you will remember it. Okay? Sujesh, very much clear, ma'am. Haridev, yes, ma'am. Please go on. Pujita, okay, ma'am. Clear. Murugan, clear, ma'am. Banateja, clear, ma'am. Okay, thank you so much. Now, in basics of management audit, what all we have seen so far? SPV, okay, ma'am. Titan, learning with understanding. Yes. Now, in basics of management audit, just a moment. Now, in basics of management audit, so far, whatever concepts we have seen, those concepts are there. And other than this, we also have the other concepts, which I am going to take it now. Why taking those concepts also, ma'am? Because you are a first time listener, you told me. So because of that, I'm taking that also. Now, as I have told you, the management audit have to compulsorily be done when there is a merger, when there is a business restructuring, when there is a succession planning, when there is a bankruptcy. These are the 4 cases or 4 situations in which management audit has to be done definitely. Now, what is the time frame the management audit can be conducted, which is called as a periodicity of management audit. Management audit is not a one-time process. It is a continuous improvement tool. Can be performed at any time, not just during the major transitions like merger or acquisition, succession planning, during business restructuring, bankruptcy. These are the cases when management audit has to be done definitely. But other than that, when it can be done as an annual audit. It can be done as a long-term audit. It can be done as a follow-up audit. What is annual audit? Yearly, you will do this particular audit after completion of your records. Annual audit can be done. Or else you can go for a long-term audit, which means you will, in your own company policies, you will put it as, okay, in 3 years, you will do a management audit. In 5 years, you will do a management. Once in 3 years, once in 5 years. You can do as a long-term audit. Or else you can go as a follow-up audit, which means after completion of one project, after completion of one process, after completion of one batch, you can go for management audit. As and when you want to be done, you can do it. Who will take the decision whether the management audit will be an annual audit, long-term audit, or a follow-up audit? Management will take the decision. Okay, I hope it is clear. So this is one thing, and steps, we have discussed the steps already. Now, other than that, whatever we have discussed as basics of management audit, we also have something called as management audit program. Okay, now what is called as management audit program? Who will do management audit? Management auditor will do the management audit. Now, in this management audit, we have steps of management audit. We have seen that. Now, what does it mean by management audit program? When the management auditor is starting his management audit, he will do a planning for it. Yes or no? Now, in this planning, he will do a detailed wise planning of, for example, now in the stage 1, what I will do. By doing this, what will be my outcome of stage 1? And based on that, what will be my step 2? After doing step 2, what will be my outcome? Next, what will be my step 3? After doing this, what will be my outcome? So planning doesn't mean that I'll fix to a one plan and I'll go with that. No. When any business person is doing any kind of activity, He will not stick to a single plan. There will be multiple plans, plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. So what will be my starting point and what will be the outcome of that? Next, what will be the plan? Next, what will be the outcome? Based on that, he will have a multiple plans of it. Whatever the outcome of planning, which has also been planned priorly itself, the process of it is called as management audit program. I'll give you a clear clarity about it. Planning of outcomes for the whole process and procedure from beginning till the end, which means from the start to the end of completion of management audit, what all the processes will be taken, what all the procedures will be taken, what all the steps will be there, and what will be their outcomes. For that also, you're doing the planning priorly itself. What if I do that? What if I do this? You will decide priorly itself. The process of entirely this is called as management audit program. It is a plan of action drawn in advance of starting an actual audit. Is this done priorly? The answer is yes. Before getting into audit itself, you will do a detailed analysis of planning of audit. It helps auditors to focus on entire organization or on a specific area. By having this management audit program, you will have a clarity about your audit. Whether you have to focus on entire organization or whether you have to focus on a specific area for the time being. You'll have an idea about it. Management audit program structure. Understand the organization setup and functions. First, you'll understand what is the organization setup and functions. Next, you will review the organization objectives. Third, you will discuss the plans with the senior management. Now, you are a management auditor. You have been appointed by the management person. Now, you will go and give your plan to them. Okay, sir, this is how I'm going to do the management audit for your company. You will discuss it with the senior management. Then, evaluate the policies to achieve the objectives. What policies you have to take up to achieve the objective. And then, review the current operations. What are the current operations of organization? You'll review it. After that, discuss areas needing the improvement. Whether after evaluating all these things, if you need any improvement of the plan which you have taken, you will improve it. Give suggestions for improvement in the operations and decision making process. At last, you will give the suggestions. So this will be the management audit program structure. I hope it is clear. Now, when you are determining the management audit program, what all you will keep in your mind? First, name and address of the company. This is nothing but understanding about the organization structure and setup. First, name and address of the company. Next, operations. Unit wise, what are the operations? Section wise, what are the operations? How many departments are there? How many people are working? Each and everything. Next, dates or duration of audit. What is your planned date? What is your revised date? What is your actual date? That also. Next, name of auditors. How many auditors you have planned it priorly? Now, what is the revised auditor's version? Next, discussion. We have seen here discussion of plans with the senior management. Who did you plan to discuss with and who did you actually discuss with? Next, reviewed by. Whatever the plan you have given, this has been reviewed by which person? What is the plan? What is the actual? All are the factors for framing an efficient management audit program. I hope it is clear. So this is about the management audit program. I hope it is clear. So this is one of the concepts which can be tested in your exam. Did it test? So far it hasn't been tested, but I thought of taking it, so I took it. Okay. So this is what it is there. Okay. If you want an answer writing presentation, it is there in the concept book. You can see it. Now, next. Till now, we have understood that there is a management audit which will be done by the management auditor. And for doing that management audit, we have something called as management audit program. After completion of all these things, at last, he will give a report which is called as management audit report. Okay. What is management audit report? It is a reflection of quality of review performed in various areas, which means whatever the review is there, that review is performed, and for review whatever it is performed, the reflection of it is nothing but management audit report. Okay, it motivates the management to get the required results. So based on that, they will look into that management audit report, and based on that only they will decide what all required changes have to be made. What is the characteristics of good management audit report? How the management audit report should be there? Firstly, it should be pertinence. What does it mean by pertinence? Relevant to current issue and content. What you have decided to evaluate at the start, based on that only you have to give a report. Now you have thought that you will do the management audit in case of bankruptcy, and then you have verified about something other things and you have given a report, and in that particular management audit report there isn't any point related to bankruptcy. Is there use of management audit? No. Now management audit report should be pertinence, which means it should be relevant to the issue and scenario. Second, it should be comprehensive, which means it should cover all the necessary aspects of audit. What all is included, everything has to be covered. Comprehensive should be there. Third thing, brevity. As I have told you, it should be comprehensive. It doesn't mean that you have to be giving a long report. No. Give it a concise report, but it should be informative report. So it should be comprehensive. At the same time, it should be with brevity as well. Next, timeliness. When you will give a report, you will take how much time you want. Lifelong you will do the audit and give. No. Prepared and delivered at the right time to help in the decision making. When they are going for bankruptcy, before that only you have to give the report. When they are planning for succession planning, before that only you have to give a report. There should be a proper time. Before that only you have to submit a report. Next, motivating. The management audit report should not be in such a way that all the things whatever you have written in the report will be negative only. You are stating that management, this is not good, that is not good, this is wrong, that is wrong. No. Management audit report should also state about the deficiencies or whatever wrongdoings which are there. It should state that. But most importantly, management audit report should be motivating to the management. They should think that, okay, we have seen the management audit report and now we have understood what is there. We will improve it. It should be motivating to them. Rather than they have to be, they should not get angry after looking into that particular report. It should not be like that. It should be motivating. Improve actions and motives of the management. I hope it is clear. So this is how a good management audit report should be there. What all factors? Pertinence, comprehensiveness, brevity, timeliness and motivating. I hope it is clear. Management audit report should cover. It should highlight weak areas and suggest for the improvement. It should review stakeholder relationship and how benefits are being passed on. It should have a details regarding the methods and procedures involved in the production. Regarding each and everything, all the factors should be covered in the management audit report. Important considerations for writing a report. Firstly, you have to use a simple language. Second, avoid technical terms. Third, ensure that there is clear communication. Brevity should be there. Next, organization content for easy navigation and understanding. So, whatever the report is there, based on the organization content, it should be there in that particular report so that they will understand it. Only on that particular norms it should be there. The organization people should understand it. Next, choose data relevant for the report. Use a standardized format that helps both auditor in drafting as well as the recipient in reading. Both auditor and the recipient should understand that particular document. In such a way, you have to prepare a management audit report. I hope it is clear. So this is about the management audit report. I hope it is clear. Now, in case of management audit report only, in few circumstances or situations, there are special reports which are being given to banks, shareholders, employees and small business. As I've told you, these are the different stakeholders, interest groups of the organization. Now, if the report has to be given to the banks and creditors, how the report should be there? Report must be clear and reliable and include verified statements and certifications. Next, banks not only requires financial statements but also comprehensive explanatory notes for transparency and clarity. They need financial statements to know whether if we are giving a loan, are you eligible to repay it or not? They need to know that. But along with that, they need transparency, they need clarity as well. Next, if you're giving a report to shareholders, then the report should be shareholders report are read by financial experts, tax authorities and public. So they need to be given a detailed and accurate information. Reports should be understood even to a non-expert person. Next, reports to employees. If employees need a report, then employees report should address the misconceptions or union concerns which are there to the employees. Reports must gain the employees' trust. If reports are for small business, then reports should be straightforward and easy to understand. Due to limited data, reports are often subjective, making it crucial for auditors to provide a suggestion, because small businesses will not maintain all records. They will only maintain the records which are necessary. So based on those records, if the auditor has to give a suggestion, it is quietly difficult. It is not that they cannot give it, it's difficult because all the information is not available with the auditor. So these are the special reports for banks, shareholders, employees and small business. I hope it is clear. So these are all the concepts which are there in basics of management audit. Other than the material which I have shared to you, I have discussed two concepts, which is management audit program, management audit report. That's it. I hope it is clear. Ma'am, are these concepts sufficient for examination? More than enough. So far, whatever we have discussed from basics of management audit, is it clear? Do any one of you have any doubts? I am being very slow. Whatever which is planned as a marathon speed, I'm not in that pace. I'm very slow so that you guys will understand it. Banateja, clear, ma'am. What about others? Is everyone clear? Banateja, clear, ma'am. Sujesh Gowda, let's take 5 minutes break. Yes, we'll take 5 minutes break. Haridev, beautiful smile, ma'am. Thank you so much. Gaurav, helpful class. Thank you. I'm glad for that. Sujesh, clear, ma'am. Rajat, clear, ma'am. Murugan, clear, ma'am. Okay. So we have completed basics of management audit, which weightage can be 7 marks in the examination. Okay. So the weightage is 7 marks in the examination, and we have covered 5 super questions and 2 smart questions. I hope it is clear. So we'll take a break till 5 and then we'll start with next unit, which is management reporting issues and analysis. Okay. The live will be on. We'll again resume from 5. Okay. Sujesh, you have been an amazing teacher, ma'am. Thank you so much for marathon. You're welcome. And thank you. Thank you for the comments. Rajat, please start at 5:5. Okay, Rajat will start at 5:5. Titan Gaming. Okay, ma'am. Only fear cost audit, only hope your marathon, ma'am. Don't worry, Titan. టైటన్ నేను వచ్చేసా అంట. నేను ఇక్కడే ఉన్నా టైటన్. Okay. Guys, are you back? Shall we start? Guys, hello everyone. Wake up, wake up. Good morning, good morning. Are you there? Titan, namaste, ma'am. Namaste. What about others? Slept already? Why no one is there in the chat box other than Titan? Sujesh, yes ma'am. Haridev, I'm back ma'am. Nivedini, yes ma'am. Jan, great. Now we'll start. Banateja, yes ma'am. Okay, we'll start our Unit 2, Management Reporting Issues and Analysis. Okay. Now, in Unit 1, Management Audit, we have understood that management audit is not necessary to be done or required by any law, but management will decide whether management audit has to be done or not. Based on that, they'll appoint one person who's called as a management auditor. Now, who can become a management auditor regarding the qualities we have seen in previous unit? Now, in this particular unit, we are talking about management reporting issues and analysis. Now, when we're talking something as a topic of management audit, how is it reporting to management reporting? Now, here there are two different terms which we are going to discuss, which is management audit report and management reporting. Now, what is management audit report? Management auditor will do the analysis about the performance of management and then he will give a report which is called as management audit report. Now here we have a term which is called as management reporting, which means management, they themselves will give a report on something. Now, what is that management reporting, and while doing that management reporting, what all issues are there and what all analysis will be done by the management? Regarding that, we are going to cover under Unit 2 Management Reporting Issues and Analysis. Okay, ma'am, we have understood that management will do reporting on some aspects of an entity and they will give their analysis about it. Now, how is this related to management audit? Management auditor will come and do the verification about the performance of management. Now, how he will understand about the performance of management? He needs documents. Now, where will documents come from to do the assessment of your performance? To make it more simple, now you are writing your examination. Okay, who is writing examination? You are writing your examination. Now, you have selected me as your evaluator. You have shared your paper to me and told me to do the verification of the paper which you have written. Okay. Now, who is giving me the document? You are giving me the document. Now, who has written the document? You have written the document. So, to check the performance of you in CMAD, you have to write the exam. You have to prepare some document. And based on the document only, I'll be able to do some verification. So, the same scenario applies here as well. Management, they will do the work. Now, what is the work which is done by the management? They will do some analysis within the entity. And for that analysis, they'll prepare a report for themselves for making it helpful for the decision making. Now, whatever the reporting the document which is prepared by management, they themselves is called as management reporting. Now, this will be the document which is taken by the management auditor to do the verification of the performance of management. I hope it is clear. Now, through this, you will understand it. Management reporting issues and analysis. This management reporting is about understanding how business performance is measured and analyzed using some key business metrics. Now, what are these key business metrics? These are some measurable values that help organization track the performance, assess efficiency, and make the informed decisions. Now, there are some key business metrics. Now, what are these key business metrics? These are nothing but the values which will help the organization to know about its performance. Okay, we are talking about organization performance, which means whether the organization is having a profit or loss. To know about that, whether organization is working correctly or not, to know about that, we need to do the valuation of some key business metrics. Now, regarding this key business metrics, the analysis will be done by the management. Now, this is to focus on how organization track financial and operational performance. Now, through this key business metrics, we'll be able to understand the financial performance as well as the operational performance of the organization. And then it will help us to identify if there is any issue in the performance of organization. Now, what performance? Whether if there is an issue in financial performance, whether if there is an issue in operational performance, we'll be able to identify it. Next, it will help us to improve it by taking a better decision. I hope it is clear. Now, there are two things, which is management audit, which we have seen in the previous unit. Review the performance of management team by assessing their decision making, efficiency in work, and strategic planning. Now, here in this unit, we are talking about management reporting and key business metrics. This provides data on how organization is performing in terms of profitability, efficiency, and productivity. Now, for doing management audit, we need these two are connected to each other. For doing management audit, we need to go for verification of management reporting and key business metrics. How these two are connected? First, business performance is the reflection of management decision. If management has taken a proper decision, then whatever the value which we have derived from this key business metrics will be good. Management reporting will be good. Through this management reporting document only, management auditor will do the evaluation. If business performance is good, management decision is also good. Next, auditors use management reports and key business metrics as evidence to evaluate whether management is effective. Now, we need some document. We need evidence. That is called as key business metrics. If business performance is poor, auditors will check if management have taken the corrective action or it is a cause of weak decision making. Now, what is the reason behind it? Is it because of external factors? If it is because of external factors, did management have taken any corrective measure or not? If it is not because of external factors, but the business performance is weak because of weak decision making, that will be evaluated by the management auditor. To do that evaluation, we need key business metrics. I hope it is clear. Without understanding business performance, a management audit cannot be done effectively. Now, to assess your performance, I need to check about the organization performance, which means to check about one individual performance or to check about the management performance, we need to also evaluate the organization performance, because organization performance is dependent on the decision making. Now, who is taking the decisions? Management is taking the decisions. So, both the management performance and organization performance is interlinked. I hope it is clear. Now, what are these key business metrics? Management reporting issues and analysis covers various key business metrics and analysis methods. What are those? First, performance analysis. What do it do? Performance. It will measure the business success, how business is performing. Next, capacity utilization analysis. How well the capacity is being utilized, how well the resources are being utilized. Regarding that, the evaluation will be done here. Next, productivity and efficiency analysis. It will evaluate the workforce and process effectiveness, how well the production is happening. Utilities and energy efficiency, how the utilities are being optimally utilized, the energy is being optimally utilized. Next, contribution analysis. Now, what is contribution analysis? To identify how much profit we are getting from an individual product or service, not the profit from a whole process. No, how much profit we are deriving from an individual product or service. To know about that, we have to go for contribution analysis. Next, profitability analysis, to know about the exact financial position. Next, working capital and liquidity analysis. Now, what is this working capital? The amount which we use for day-to-day activities. Now, how well the management are working in this working capital analysis. For example, if the management are not having the liquidity decision taking properly, which means they're not managing the money which is there in the locker properly. Now, what will happen at the required times? If there is no money, the management have to take the loan, which means they are going for a debt option because there is insufficiency of money. If they are going for debt, then what will happen? Interest will be higher. The debt amount has to be paid. Now, if liquidity issues doesn't arise, if management has taken the decision properly of how much money to be spent, how much money to be stored, how much should be invested, if they have taken the decision properly, there wouldn't have any liquidity issue. If there is no liquidity issue, then company would have gone for the debt itself. Yes or no? So regarding this liquidity analysis, working capital management also, we will do the analysis. It is also one of the key business metric. Next, manpower analysis and HR demand forecasting. How many people are required to do a work? How many people are being recruited for a work? And how well they are being recruited? If you are recruiting a person in a manufacturing sector, he should be well versed with manufacturing. If he doesn't have any idea, experience, knowledge of it, and you are recruiting that person, there is no use of it. So how management are taking decisions in HR management, in manpower analysis. Next, some management accounting tools like budgeting, cost controls, financial ratios. These are all used for decision making. Now, through this management reporting issues and analysis, we are going to analyze about, which means management is going to analyze about this key business metrics. Why we are analyzing about performance, contribution, capacity utilization, working capital, utilities, manpower, profitability, why we are analyzing about each and every segment? Collectively all will lead to organizational performance. To know about organization, we have to check about each and every element in the organization. These are all which are called as key business metrics, which means these are all very important to know about the organization performance. I hope it is clear. Measuring these key business metrics helps in understanding how business performance is tracked and how management effectiveness is assessed. How business is performing and how management is taking the decisions to happen that. Any organization, effective management relies on accurate, timely and relevant information to make the decisions. Management reporting, structured process of collecting, analyzing and presenting critical business data to managers. Now, what is management reporting? It is a structured process of collecting, analyzing and presenting the business data to the managers. Now, what they will do the assessment of? Key business metrics. I hope it is clear. Enabling them to track the performance, identify inefficiencies and improve the decision making. I hope it is clear. Now, we have seen about the management reporting. Now, what is management reporting? It is process of providing the information to the management. How good management report should be there? First, objective for which audit is conducted should be satisfied. Efficiency and capabilities of audit team, it should give clarity on it. Next, it should give clarity on depth of their skills and handling specific issues. So based on all these factors, it should give clarity on, in such a way management report should be there. What are the types of reports? Types of reports will differ based on the hierarchy, which means if CEO is there, CEO will not read a detailed report. He will need a daily collection report. How much is coming, how much is going. I need that report. CEO needs daily collection report with total inventory level at all the branches. If you are a national sales head, then you need a SKU wise daily collection report, which means stock keeping unit, which is the number assigned in the product for inventory management and easy tracking. How much stock is going out, how much stock is coming in. Only that information I need, national sales head. If he is a production head, then he need hourly production report. How much production is happening on hourly basis. If you are a national plant head, then you need a shift wise or location wise report. So based on the hierarchy level, the report will also differ. I hope it is clear. Now, what is the frequency of report? Same on based on the same hierarchy level, the frequency will also differ. If you are a managing director, you need a monthly cost benefit analysis report. Whereas if you are a costing head, you need the report based on the process which is happening. After completion of each and every process, you need a report of it. I hope it is clear. Now, if reports are generated through ERP system, then those reports are called as business intelligence or operational report. This can be tested in your MCQs. Okay, if management report is being prepared through ERP system, then it is called as an operational report or business intelligence. I hope it is clear. Now, what are the characteristics of management report? A management report can be a financial report, it can be an informational report, or it can be a control report. Now, what is called as a financial report? Based on past period records, if you are taking, and if you are doing the performance analysis, then it is a financial report. Usually compared with the prior periods, includes cash flow and borrowing cost, performance report against the budget. So based on the standard, whatever you have fixed, if you are preparing a report, it is called as a financial report. Now, what is informational report? Informational report can be a trend report. Comparative information over the time to identify the trends. If you are preparing a report based on the comparative statements based on current trends, then it is called as a trend report. Or else it can be an analytical report. Comparative results among different activities. You are comparing one activity with other activity. Then it is analytical report. It can be an activity report, focusing on one specific operational activity. Anyhow, you can prepare a management audit report. Now, next, it can also be a control report, which means assess the performance of various responsibility centers within the organization. Now, what all are the centers which run the organization? Collectively, you can take and give a report. So, these are the characteristics of management report. I hope it is clear. Types of management report. It can be based on nature or based on functional activity. If it is based on nature, it can be enterprise report or investigative report. Now, what is enterprise report? If in that particular report, whatever the information is there, it is only within the enterprise. It is called as enterprise report. What is investigative report? If something has happened, you have collected it, you have analyzed about it, you have done the detective skills, and then you have given a report. It is investigative report. Based on one specific activity, if you have detected something and given a report, it is investigative report. Based on functional activity, either it can be an individual activity report or joint activity report. If you are only focusing on one activity, individual activity. If you are focusing on one or more activities, joint activity report. I hope it is clear. So this is the introduction of management reporting issues and analysis. So clearly you have to understand why we are learning a concept of management reporting issues and analysis in section B management audit. Because for doing management audit, management auditor needs some documents, needs some records. From where will that document come? From the report which is prepared by the management they themselves. Now, what is the report which is prepared by them? It is called as management reporting. Now, in that management reporting, what will they give? They will do the analysis of key business metrics. Now, why they are doing the analysis of key business metrics? To know about the organizational performance. Why they have to know about the organizational performance? To take the correct decisions. I hope it is clear. So to take the correct decisions, they need to do the assessment of organization performance. How they will do the assessment of organizational performance? By doing the analysis of key business metrics. After doing that, they'll prepare a report which is called as management reporting. I hope it is clear. So far, whatever we have discussed as introduction to management reporting issues and analysis, is it clear? Did you understand why we have a topic like this? And whatever you have seen the words as performance analysis, capacity utilization analysis, why they are there? Did you understand it? టైటన్ అర్థమైంది మ్యామ్. ఫైవ్ టైటన్ మాత్రమే అర్థమైందా? మిగతా వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? పడుకున్నారా? బాను క్లియర్ మ్యామ్. వాట్ అబౌట్ అదర్స్? తూంగిరింగ్లా సోరే క్యా? Is it clear? Did you understand? I need reply from each and every one of you. Please be active in the chat box so that at least I will be assured that okay, my students are listening to the class. They are understanding it. I am taking this class to make you understand, to give you confidence. If you're not replying, if you're not being active in chat box, then even I will not understand whether you are understanding or not. Muskan, clear ma'am. Sujesh, clear. Nivedini, yes ma'am. Haridev, yes ma'am. Rajat, yes ma'am. Ramesh Babu, yes clear. Only those 10 students are only giving the reply. What about the other students? There are almost 30 students who are watching live. Namrata, Hanji, clear. Hanji. Okay. Emojis మొత్తం పంపిస్తున్నారు. Why you are very shy for giving a reply in the chat box, or you are being lazy? Why should we give reply in chat box? Anyhow, ma'am will ask for 2 minutes and then she will start the class. Why we have to take so much hard work, type it, send it? That is what you are thinking, no? Now, these are the key business metrics which we have. Now, what are the key business metrics which we have? Performance analysis, capacity utilization analysis, productivity and efficiency analysis, utility and energy efficiency, contribution analysis, profitability analysis, working capital and liquidity analysis, manpower analysis and HR demand forecasting, management accounting tools. So, if you say these are the key business metrics, and this is nothing but analysis methods. Okay. Now, in this key business metrics, what all questions which has been tested so far? Regarding performance analysis, it's tested. Regarding capacity utilization analysis, tested. Regarding productive efficiency, tested. Regarding manpower planning, it has been tested. And regarding the managerial accounting tools, it has been tested. So these are the questions which I have taken. So here if we see performance analysis, question is there. Capacity utilization, question is there. Productivity, question is there. And then manpower planning, question is there. And management accounting tools, question is there. I hope it is clear. Shaji Thomas, very good understanding class. Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome. Now, starting with first key business metric, which is performance analysis. What is meant by performance analysis? Performance analysis is the process of evaluating how well a business, department, or an individual has performed against the predefined goals. So there is already a goal which is fixed. Based on that goal, how an individual, or that can be a department, or that can be a business, or that can be a process, whatever it is, how well they have performed based on the goal which is fixed. That is called as performance analysis. Targets or benchmarks within the specified time frame. It helps in identifying strength, weakness, and the areas for improvement to enhance overall efficiency and effectiveness. Why we have to assess about the performance? To know what is our strength, to know what is our weakness, to know where we have to improve. Now, before writing your main examination, why you are writing mock tests? Because you have to understand in which paper you are very well, in which paper you are not. In CMAD, in which topic you are better, in which topic you are lacking behind. To know about that, you need to give a performance analysis. So we are having a specific time frame, and in this specific time frame, we have fixed a goal, target, or a benchmark. So based on that, we are calculating or doing the assessment of a performance. Either it could be for an individual, either it could be for a business, either it could be for a department. That is called as performance analysis. The process of evaluating is called as performance analysis. I hope it is clear. Next, key components of business performance analysis. Now, how you will do the business performance analysis? First, you will, you will fix a metric. You will fix a goal. Performance metrics and goal. Establish a clear company performance metric that align with the business objective. Define a specific goal against which performance can be measured. First, what is the objective? Think what is the objective. Based on the objective, fix a goal. Based on that goal only, you are going to assess the performance. First, fix the goal. Second, parameters for measurement. How you are going to measure your performance. Okay, whether you are going to measure your performance based on marks, whether you are going to measure your performance based on the conceptual clarity, whether you are going to measure your performance based on how many marks you have got or how well you have done the presentation, on what metrics you are going to decide your performance. Identify the parameters that will serve as a benchmark for assessing the performance. How you are going to assess the performance? What is the metric which you are going to use it? Next, what is the parameter which you are going to use it? Raman, ma'am, how to buy handwritten notes? I'll make it available in the BCCA app, so you can go and purchase it. Next, historical comparisons. Utilize past performance parameters as a reference point to gauge the progress. Maintain a consistent measuring yardstick to enable meaningful comparisons over time. So, decide how you have assessed the performance in the previous examination. See, for example, you have given your mock test 1 and this is your mock test 2. What is your goal? Your goal is to score 70 marks. Okay. Now, what is your objective? Objective is to pass the entire aggregate. But to get the aggregate, I need the highest score in CMAD. So, my highest score will be 70 plus marks in CMAD. That is my goal. You have fixed the goal. Next, you will fix the parameters. How you are going to assess the performance? You will determine the parameter. And then you will do the historical comparison. In the previous mock test 1, how you have assessed the performance? Did you calculate the marks? Did you see the presentation? Or did you see any other factor? Based on the same thing, you will do the performance assessment in this particular test as well. Okay. Utilize the past performance parameter as a reference point to gauge the progress. Maintain a consistent measuring yardstick to enable the meaningful comparison over time. Next, actual delivery measurement. You have fixed a goal. You have fixed how you are going to measure the performance. You have already compared it with the previous performance. Now, what is the actual measurement? Actual delivery. Measure the actual delivery of result against the set performance metric. Calculate performance in terms of quantity, quality and timeliness. And then time frame consistency. Ensure that evaluation are conducted over equal periods or time frames for consistency. Next, you have taken the actual delivery. You also have fixed a goal. Now, check whether if there is any deviation between the actual delivery and a goal. Root cause analysis. Conduct a root cause analysis to identify the reasons for any deviations from the expected performance. At last, give a feedback mechanism. Implement a structured feedback process for employees regarding business performance improvement. I hope it is clear. So this is how you will do the performance analysis. First, you will fix a goal. Then you will take the parameter of how you are going to measure it. Then you will compare it with the past periods parameter. Then you will check what is the actual delivery. Then you will take up what is the time frame consistency. Then you will check whether if there is any deviation from the actual and the standard which you have fixed. If there is a deviation, then you will check with the root cause analysis. Then you will do the root cause analysis. At last, you will give a feedback mechanism. This is how performance analysis happens. I hope it is clear. Rajat, ma'am, for this chapter, is there any practical questions comes in exam? Yes, absolutely. Management reporting issues and analysis, practical question will be tested in the examination. As I've told you, last 5 MCQs are being tested from this particular unit. MCQs are coming, bro. Yes, Titan is there from first class. Titan knows everything. Now, this is how business performance will be analyzed. I hope it is clear. Now, objectives of preparing the performance analysis report. What is the objective? To assess the performance. To assess the performance, we are doing the performance analysis and preparing a report. Compare actual results with the goals. Next, identify the variance. Now we will compare actual with the standard. If there is any variance, then we'll identify the variance. Detect and analyze the deviation. Next, enhance the decision making. Provide data-driven insights. Why there is a deviation? How come there is a deviation? What we have to do for improvement? Next, optimize efficiency. Improve resource allocation. Monitor financial health. Track profitability and cost control. Evaluate employees. Measure the contributions. After that, benchmark the competitors. Compare with the industry standards. Drive improvement. Identify growth areas. How you can improve yourself. Ensure transparency. Inform all the stakeholders. Next, forecast the trends. Use past data for the plan. All these are the objectives for preparing performance analysis report. I hope it is clear. So this is one of the key business metric which will be analyzed by the management, which is performance analysis. I hope it is clear. Now, second, what is capacity utilization analysis? Super question number 2. Identify the role of capacity utilization analysis tool of the management audit. Now, capacity utilization refers to the extent a company or an economy uses its productive resources like equipment, labor, facilities to generate the output. Now, whatever resources are there, by using that resources, how well you are getting the output. Now, how well you are using the resources. That is called as capacity utilization. Expressed as a percentage of potential output. Now, based on the output only, you will determine how well you have utilized the capacity. It's calculated by dividing the actual output by the potential output and multiplied by the 100 to express it as a percentage formula, which means actual output divided by maximum possible output into 100. This is how you will determine or calculate the capacity utilization. Okay. How you are going to determine the capacity utilization? What is my maximum possible output? What is my maximum capacity? from that maximum capacity, what is my actual capacity? Actual divided by maximum possible into 100. Then you will get the capacity utilization in terms of percentage. I hope it is clear. The capacity utilization rate is an important indicator for companies because it can be used to assess operating efficiency and also provides an insight into the cost structure. So it will be as an indicator to the company to know about the operating efficiency, how operations are running. To know that, we will use this capacity utilization. It can be used to determine the level at which cost per unit can go up or can go down. So based on this capacity utilization, we'll be able to determine how much will be the cost. Will it increase or will it decrease? When there is a rise in output, the average cost of production will decrease. If output increases, cost of production will decrease. Okay. It is one of the key performance areas of operational efficiency which management auditors should focus on. As all these are key business metrics, this is one of the most important key business metric which will automatically tell us about the operational efficiency, nothing but how well business is performing. We'll be able to know that by doing this capacity utilization analysis. Capacity utilization indicates how well the resources available to the management have been utilized. What resources are available and how well you are utilizing it. We'll be able to identify it. The resources may include plant and machinery, building, land, raw materials, manpower, utilities, etc. What all resources are there, how well you are utilizing it. Understanding capacity utilization helps businesses to assess their operational efficiency. If you are understanding about the capacity utilization, based on that you will determine how to improve the operations. Identify areas for improvement and make informed decisions about resource allocation and investment. How resources you have to allocate and how you have to do the investment. All this you will understand by doing the capacity utilization analysis. For higher capacity, page 10 of 12 utilization, reduced cost of production adds to the profitability. So, if higher capacity is there, it will add to the cost of production. For lower capacity utilization, the reasons may be identified as. Now, if higher capacity is there, you will determine if higher capacity is there, you will check if output is also higher. If you have utilized higher capacity, it's okay if output is also higher. But if there is lower capacity utilized, then you will check what are the reasons behind it. If it is due to machine breakdown, then you have to go for better maintenance. If it is loss of market share, then you have to focus on product quality or renovation. If it is because of non-availability of raw materials, either change the vendor or go for in-house material production. If it is about non-availability of power, then go for captive power plant. So why there is a lower capacity utilized? Analyze that, based on that take a proper decision making. If it is higher capacity utilized, the output should also be higher. If output is lower, then based on that you have to reduce the utilization of capacity. I hope it is clear. So this is how we'll do the capacity utilization analysis. So far, whatever we have discussed about the performance analysis, capacity utilization analysis, is it clear? Did you understand about performance analysis and capacity utilization analysis? Is it clear? Titan, yes madam. What about others? Is it clear? Ardhamayindi madam. Great. Bhanuteja, clear ma'am. Rajat, best explanation. Thank you. What about others? Is it clear? Nivedani, yes ma'am. Ramesh Babu, clear madam. Okay, thank you. Now, we have seen performance analysis. We have capacity utilization analysis. हरिदेव क्लियर मैम. मुस्कान अच्छे से आ गया समझा समझ. Okay. Murugan, yes ma'am. Okay. So now we have seen about performance analysis, capacity utilization analysis. Now we are moving on to productive efficiency or allocative efficiency. Now what does it mean by productive efficiency, allocative efficiency? Okay. First, productive efficiency. You can call this as production efficiency or productive efficiency. Darshi, madam, even first time listener can score, madam. If you are just listening to the class, you will not be able to score it. If you are listening to the class, if you are understanding, if you are revising, if you are learning, practicing, then you can. Definitely you can. If you are reading it, then you can. Whatever I have given these questions, if you are getting perfect of it, exemption guaranteed. Now, you can call this as a productive efficiency or else as a production efficiency. Both the names are okay. Now, what is called as production efficiency? It is the ability to produce maximum possible output with the available resources. Okay, with the available resources, you have to have a maximum possible output. If it's that kind of scenario, then it is called as a production efficiency. It will improve the growth and profitability by optimizing the productivity. Now, if we are doing the production and we are having a maximum output with the available resources, then it is called as a production efficiency. Now, how it works? Productive efficiency often comes into play when the production process relies on scarce resources. When we will talk about productive efficiency, when there are scarce resources, when we have a very limited resources, from this very limited resources, if we are trying to have a maximum possible output, then how well that has been done. To know about that, if you are doing any analysis, that is called as production efficiency. I hope it is clear. In microeconomics, this could involve two industries competing for the same raw materials and ending up limited by similar externalities. So, if you want to understand it in the economic terms, two industries are there. Two industries are having same raw materials, and by utilizing the same raw materials, they will have a limited production. No one will have a maximum possible output. So based on that, if you are doing an analysis, it is called as a production analysis. So for understanding this more, to understand this more clearly, I'll give you an example. Give me a second. Now, we have something called as production possibility frontal. Okay, we have something called as production possibility frontal. Now, what is this production possibility frontal? It is nothing but a graphical representation to make you understand what is this productive efficiency. Okay, it is a graphical representation that illustrates about output limits of two products competing for a finite resources. There are limited resources, and with these limited resources, we are having a maximum possible output. Two products, maximum output with limited resources. To identify that and to understand that, if we have a graphical representation, that is production possibility frontal. Okay. Now, this PPF helps to understand the opportunity cost associated with the reallocating resources from one product to another, which means if we need to have an output of two products and we have a limited resources. Now, what can happen? I can utilize the limited resources for both the products, for product A and product B. Now, if I use for both product A and product B less resources, then what will happen? The quality of both the product A will reduce, product B will also reduce, right? So what I can do, I can bring a concept of opportunity cost here. So what I can do, I can lose one thing to get another thing. Whatever the limited resources are there, I can utilize all the limited resources for product 1 and the balance resources to product 2, so that the quality of product 2 will be lower, but the quality of product 1 will be higher. So here I am bringing a concept of opportunity cost. So the decision which is required in this particular case, how well the decision is being taken, regarding that the analysis will be done by the productive efficiency analysis. I hope it is clear. Now, to understand that production possibility frontier, see this example. Imagine a small unit that can produce 2 goods. There is a small unit which can produce 2 goods. One is wheat and the other is cars. Okay, one we can produce wheat, the other we can produce cars. Now, what are the limited resources which are available with us? We have land, we have labor, we have machines. Okay, now possibility table. This is nothing but taking as a probability basis. Okay. Choice A, wheat we can produce 100 tons. Cars we can produce 0, which means all the resources which are available, land, labor, machines, I am using entirely to produce wheat. I am losing cars. Then what I can have? I can produce 100 tons. So this is the maximum possible output which I can derive from the limited resources. Or else, what is option number 2? I can get a wheat of 80 tons. At the same time, I can have a cars produced 1 car. If I go for option C, then I can produce 60 tons of wheat and produce 2 cars. Option D, I can produce 30 tons of wheat and I can produce 3 cars. Option E, I can produce 0 wheat and I can produce 4 cars. So if I want a maximum possible output for wheat, what is my maximum output? 100 tons. What is my maximum output for cars? 4 cars. So this is the curve which is there. If country uses all resources for wheat, it can produce 100 tons. If it uses some resources for making cars, it can produce fewer tons of wheat and few cars. If it uses all resources for cars, then the maximum possible will be 0 wheat and 4 cars. So this is the production possibility frontier, which is nothing but a graphical representation. Okay. So which we are taking a choice, which we are considering it to be an opportunity cost. How well the decision is being taken here, that is called as production efficiency or productive efficiency analysis. I hope it is clear. As an example, consider the production of most rechargeable batteries which require a steady supply of mineral which is lithium and cobalt. When companies allocate these minerals towards the maximum production efficiency of car batteries, they reduce the available resources for other type of batteries. If I am using the mineral which is available with me, lithium and cobalt, for entirely car batteries, what is happening? The resources which are available for other batteries are not available or very lessly available. That rely on some core materials. If the car battery manufacturing process has reached its maximum productive efficiency, there will be higher marginal cost for any additional unit produced. So if I am reaching the maximum possible output, which means if I am producing batteries, maximum batteries is 10,000 batteries. If I want to produce 10,001 battery, I have to incur the additional cost for that. Yes or no? My resource utilization will also become higher. I am going for higher capacity. I'm going for higher resource utilization. I have to put more cost for it. My marginal cost will also increase. In competitive companies may be able to evade and situations by improving workflow, technical efficiency, and exploiting economies of scale. In the short run, they bump up against the limits of production efficiency. So what happens is, if the companies want to go upper than the maximum efficiency, which means my maximum is 10,000, but company wants to produce 12,000. So what they can do, they can adjust in other things. What they can do, either they can increase the workflow, or they can utilize the other external resources, or they can go for economies of scale, which means they are losing something to get this maximum possible output. I hope it is clear. So you can write this as your example, or you can write whatever we have seen just now as production possibility factor, wheat and cards, you can write that as your example as well. Now, we have two words which is called as productive efficiency and allocative efficiency. Okay. Now, what is called as productive efficiency? Maximum output with given resources is called as productive efficiency. What is called as allocative efficiency? Optimal distribution of goods or services. So, whatever production has been done, that production has been optimally distributed to each and everything. That is called as allocative efficiency. No additional unit can be produced without sacrificing another product. If I have to produce this many maximum possible, I have to lose the other product. Only then there is a possibility of productive efficiency. What is allocative efficiency? It is nothing but a marginal cost. Marginal benefit. Marginal cost is equal to marginal benefit for the consumer. If I am incurring some cost, the same amount of benefit is available to the consumer. That is called as allocative efficiency. Based on cost and resource utilization, we will measure productive efficiency. But how allocative efficiency will be measured? Based on market equilibrium, benefiting both producer as well as a consumer. So, in productive efficiency, we'll only focus on the production. We are not concerned about the customer. But in allocative efficiency, we will keep in mind both the producer as well as the consumer. Productive efficiency example, factory producing or at full capacity. Whereas allocative efficiency, society achieving fair prices and quality of life improvements. Which means in productive efficiency, we are only focusing on production goods. Whereas in allocative efficiency, how well they are being distributed to the society. How consumers are getting benefited for that. How both producer as well as the customer is getting benefited. So that is the difference between productive efficiency and allocative efficiency. I hope it is clear. Is this clear? Productive efficiency, allocative efficiency. Is this clear? Performance analysis, capacity utilization analysis, productive efficiency analysis or allocative efficiency analysis. Is it clear? So far, whatever we have discussed, is it clear? Haridev, yes, clear. Bhanuteja, clear. Murugan, yes, ma'am, clear. Titan, Admin, ma'am. Okay, done. Namrata, Hanji, ma'am. Okay, Namrata. Now, moving on to our next manpower planning. Super question number 4. Align the strategies for manpower planning. Strategies for manpower planning are as follows. Now, what does it mean by manpower planning? What does it mean by manpower analysis or manpower planning? Manpower planning helps to allocate human resources to various departments efficiently. How well the manpower is being distributed to each and every department. That is called as manpower planning. It's better than other paid classes. Wow, Rajat. Wow. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, what is manpower analysis? Manpower planning is the allocation of human resources to various departments efficiently, which means if in a particular department, if I need a workman of 20 people for completing a project, I have to recruit and I have to allocate only 20 men there. If I'm allocating 25 men, what's happening? 5 men are out of job. If I'm allocating 16 men, then what will happen? 16 men has to work in equal to 20 men. Whatever the work which will be done by 20 men has to be done by 16 men. There is an overburden of human resources. So how much it is required? You have to do the evaluation of that, and based on that only you have to allocate it. How effectively this has to be done and how decision has to be taken regarding that is manpower analysis. Ma'am, can we write an example in tabular form as we discussed from your notes? Yes, absolutely. Whatever I have given in my notes, you can just copy paste it in your examination, you'll get marks. Either it could be capsule, either it could be this material, whatever it is. So many students have asked, in my capsule I have used the charts like this. So subdivisions we have taken and I have done the explanation. If you have my capsule notes, however we have taken in the capsule notes, however the charts I have written, you can use that. But when you are writing the above thing, write it in detail. But in capsule notes, it will be small points, right? Evaluative points. You can prepare charts as well. Even in our instructions, exam instructions, they have told. Examples, you can take assumptions, you can take charts, you can take graphs, you can take what all you want, you can experiment in the examination paper. It should be neat and presentable. That's it. Now, I hope it is clear. Now, why we have something called as manpower analysis? Because with the technology advancements, with technological advancements like robotics and AI and automation, the demand for new skill set is increasing day by day, especially in technology-driven organizations. This highlights the critical role of manpower planning in ensuring the right type of personnel is employed to meet these modern requirements. So randomly, if you are picking someone and recruiting in a department, that will not do. Because a machine can work better than a man in this particular generation. If a machine can work for continuously without any break for 8 hours, can you work standing there or running like that? Can you do this entire day? You can't do that. So in this current generation, we have automations, we have AI technology, we have robotics, which can work better than us without non-stop because they are machines. That doesn't have hunger, that doesn't have tiredness, that doesn't have fever, that doesn't think about anything. Even when you're sitting in my class, in back brain, in your sub brain, many things will run. How exam will be coming, how exam paper will be coming, what my mom has cooked for dinner, what will be dinner today, how I'm going to sleep, when I'm going to sleep, did my girlfriend message me, did my boyfriend message me, everything will be there in your submind. So, okay, topic got deviated. Now, as there is so much of automation, the decision making with the management to decide which manpower has to be taken and in which department they have to be recruited, how human resources have to be planned is very, very important. So this is also one of a key business metric to analyze about the organizational performance. I hope it is clear. Subconscious mind. Wow, thank you for helping me. Now, manpower estimation. Strategies for manpower planning. How you are going to do the manpower plan? First point, you have to collect, maintain and interpret the relevant information regarding the human resource. You will collect the information, you will maintain the information, you will interpret the information. Regarding what? Regarding the human resources. Which means how many people are there, how well they are experienced, what are their merits, what are their demerits, how many hours they can work, what is their experience, what is their qualification. You'll collect everything, you'll do the analysis about it. Next, periodical review of manpower objectives and requirement. You will do the periodical review of manpower objective. What qualification do we need right now? What is the job description which it is available right now? Do we need a person in a sales department? Do we need a person in marketing department? Do we need a person in production department? What is our human resource objective and requirement? Next, development of procedures and techniques to determine the requirement of different types of manpower over time. Now, when you are doing manpower planning, you will not only think about the current scenario, you will take up the procedures and techniques to determine the requirements of different types of manpower over some time. Which means if I am recruiting a person now, if I am recruiting a human resource now, it's not just because I need currently. What if I am going for a new project the next upcoming 6 months? So for that project also, I need a person. So now itself I'll recruit it. I'll not go for double cost. Recruiting cost will also be there. I'll not incur twice recruiting cost. Why I have to incur it? I'll reduce the cost. I'll do the analysis of human resource which is available to me for a quite certain period of time, for upcoming 6 months, for next 1 year, for new projects which are upcoming, for new products which we are bringing. All the analysis will be done, and based on that I'll determine how human resources have to be recruited. Development of procedures and techniques to determine the requirement of different types of manpower over time. And then development of measures for utilization of manpower along with independent validation if possible. Which means differently how the human resources are working. Independent validation, if it is possible, then do it. Employment of suitable techniques for effective allocation of work to improve manpower utilization properly. Okay, you have recruited a person. Just because you have recruited a person, you will not randomly keep him in a sales department. No. First, assess what is his qualification. Based on that qualification, give him that work. If he is qualified to do engineering, if you are giving him accounts book, he'll not do it. There is no proper utilization of human resource properly. Based on the recruitment, based on his qualification, based on his standards and experience, give him work. That is called as human resource, utilization of human resource properly. Employment of suitable techniques for effective allocation of work to improve the manpower utilization properly. Properly allocate the work. Next, conduct surveys for determining the factors hampering the contribution of individuals as well as a group of organization for modifying or removing those handicaps. Which means conduct a survey. Whether this particular product, whatever you have made, whether the process has been completed. Is it because of one individual? Is it because of a group of individuals? Is it because of this particular, now you have recruited a person and after that a project has been successful. Now who has been behind that particular project? The person you have recruited or the person who used to have in your office? So based on that you will do the survey and you will understand whether whatever recruitment you have done is good or not good. Do the analysis. Next, development and employment of methods of economic assessment of human resources, reflecting its features as an income generator and cost. You have recruited a person. You have implemented a cost of human resource. Now, by doing this human resource or manpower planning, is there any income generation or is it becoming your cost? Do the analysis. Evaluation of procurement, promotion, retention. Whether you have to procure more, whether you have to promote, whether you have to retain the employee. Of the effective manpower resource, about the forecast of manpower requirements of organization. Based on manpower requirements of organization, decide whether you have to go for another recruitment, whether you have to retain the employee, whether you have to remove the employee, or whether you have to improve the employee, which means promote the employee. Decide it. Analysis and controlling of organization process and structure for encouraging maximum individual and group performance without incurring excessive cost. Try to improve them. For example, you have recruited a person who has a knowledge of accounting. Now he doesn't have a knowledge in tally. So what? Give him training about it. Improve his skills. Based on that, what will happen? You can utilize him there also. So encourage him for maximum individual and group performance without incurring the excessive cost. Improve the individual performance of a human resource. I hope it is clear. So this is how manpower planning strategies will work. I hope it is clear. So remember it as if some recruitment is happening in an office. Manpower planning is nothing but a recruitment. Okay? Manpower, human resource, everything is same. First, you will take the resume and you will decide what is there in the resume, what are his qualities, what are his hobbies, what is his qualification. First, resume, collection of data. Second, periodic review of manpower objective. What is the job description? Third, development of procedures and techniques to determine the requirement of different types. Okay, now new project is coming, what we have to do based on that. Next, development of utilization of manpower. Now, if I am recruiting him, in which position I have to place him? Okay, job description is this, but you have come. You are not meeting to this job description. Do I need you in any other department for future? I'll take it. Suitable techniques for effective utilization of work to improve. So that properly I'll place him in a proper work. Conduct a survey, how he is doing the work. Check performance evaluation, do the performance evaluation. Then you will determine whether because of his work, income generation there or not there. If income generation not there, call him inside the cabin and do the titifying. Okay. After that, manpower requirement of organization. Based on that, you will do the effective manpower resources evaluation. Whether you have to keep him, whether you have to remove him, whether you have to promote him. And then after that, you will check whether you have to recruit other person or you train the same person to avoid the cost. So these are the strategies of manpower planning. I hope it is clear. Next, super question number 5. This is also related to manpower planning. Briefly discuss the approaches for developing a manpower plan. How can you develop it? We have approaches for it. Approaches for manpower plan. This side headings are slightly difficult, but revise it again and again, you will get it. Planning for a status queue. Okay. Planning for a status queue. This is one of the approach. What does that mean? It focuses on replacing employees who are promoted or leave the organization. So we are doing the analysis based on we are majorly focusing on the employees, whether we have to replace them, whether we have to promote them, or whether we have to remove them from the office. That is called a status queue. We have to promote him, first status. We have to remove him, last status. We have to replace him, second status. So based on that, status queue will be there. An example is management succession planning, which seeks to ensure that there is at least one qualified manager to replace any higher level manager in the organization. If you are removing a manager, keep in the list who will become a new manager. If new manager is there, then remove the old manager who is available. That is called as planning for status queue. Next, thumb rule. Uses the firm's past experience and beliefs to estimate future workforce needs. For example, thumb rule is based on experience that one person can produce 2000 units of output per day, which means accordingly 5 employees are needed for 1000 units as a matter of forecast. Which means if one person can produce 2000 units per day, I need 5 employees to produce 10,000 units. How did I get to this conclusion? Based on my past experiences. That is called as thumb rule. Now, next is Markov analysis. Markov analysis, MA, Markov chains make it possible to predict the size of manpower per category as well as transitions occurring within the given period in the future. Nothing but we are using probability models to forecast the workforce transition. For promotion, retirement or resignation, we are using the probabilities. Next is unit forecasting, bottom-up approach, which means whoever are there in the lower level, they will tell you, they will give you suggestion that this many men we need in the work. Supervisors and managers estimate the workforce needs at the unit level for next year This approach is called as bottom-up approach. Who are working in that particular field, they will give the suggestion. Sir, in our particular department, we need 2 extra men. Based on that, if you are going for manpower planning, then you are using a unit forecasting. Next, ratio trend analysis. Predicts manpower needs based on the historical staffing ratios, which means doubling workload requires doubling staff. If previously we have done 1 project, we have 10 men. Now we have 2 projects, we need 20 men. For example, to perform an existing amount of work, it will take 12 people to do twice as much. Okay. So if you're doing something with 10 people, if we are doubling the work, we need 20 people. Similarly, if you are doing that, it is called as ratio trend analysis. We can go for Delphi method, which will use the expert opinion, which means the person who is there in the HR department, who is expert in recruiting people, he will give his opinion through surveys or interviews for long-term workforce planning. Computer simulation will use computer models, uses mathematical models to simulate workforce movements and forecast HR needs. We'll use some mathematical models. Time and motion study. Observe workers' movements, which means if frequently workers are vacating from office, if they are resigning from office, what you will do? You will just sit up. Okay, everyone will resign from office, you will just sit. No, if everyone are resigning, you have to start recruiting to analyze efficiency and optimize workforce allocation. Or else you can go for MOST, Maynard Operational Sequence Technique. Used in labor intensive industries, majorly in the automobile industries. This method is well accepted in automobile industries where lots of manual activities are involved. If intense labor work is there, then you'll go for MOST. It is based on the walking and moving of a workman to conduct the specific activity, to measure and optimize task duration based on worker movement. So how many work required? Because physical labor work is there, how many work are required? How many men are required? Based on that, we will do the analysis or manpower planning, which is called as Maynard Operational Sequence Technique. So these are few approaches for developing manpower planning, which means in manpower planning, you can use all these approaches. Okay, what are those? Planning for status quo, thumb rule, Markov analysis, unit forecasting, ratio trend analysis, Delphi method, computer simulation, time and motion study, or MOST, Maynard Operational Sequence Technique. I hope it is clear. Did you understand about the manpower planning? Is it clear about manpower planning? Guys, are you there? Is it clear? So far, whatever we have discussed, is it clear? Haridev, almost clear, ma'am. Why it is almost clear? If you revise it, you'll be completely clear. Huh? Titan, yes, ma'am. Murugan, yes, ma'am. Namrata, Hanji, clear. Rajat, clear, ma'am. Banateja, yes, ma'am. Nivedini, yes, ma'am. Okay. Haridev, why it is almost clear? Do you have any doubt? Or is it you have to revise it so that it will be completely clear to you? Okay. Now, our last question, which is super question number 6. What do you mean by management accounting tool? Discuss the various management accounting tools which are used to serve different objectives. Discuss the various managerial accounting tools which are used to serve different decision-making purposes in the organization. For decision-making, what are the managerial accounting tools which we can use? Haridev, mind out for some time. Okay. Body present, mind absent. Huh? That's what I have told you. Your subconscious mind will be thinking something else. Shaji Thomas, yes. Okay. Now, an accounting tool is a data set that's collected and reported according to accepted accounting principles. Now, what is called as an accounting tool? It is a data set that's collected and reported according to the accepted accounting principles. Accounting tools are many and varied. There are many types of accounting tools. Perhaps the most commonly known tools are this, which we use it in balance sheet and cost statements. Typically used to report the financial health of a business for banks, shareholders, and investors. So for reporting and to know about the financial position, what all accounting tools do we use? Managerial accounting involves collecting, analyzing, or reporting business activities for internal decision making. So whatever these are there, they'll use it for internal decision making and also for letting banks, shareholders, and investors know about the financial health. What are the common managerial accounting tools? Break-even analysis. To break even, the break-even point is the point at which total cost and total revenue are equal, meaning there is no loss or no gain. Capital budgeting, an explanation of proposals for acquiring fixed assets and related fund allocation with revenue financing. Constraint analysis, a tool that examines the primary bottleneck of a business. A tool that examines the primary bottleneck of business and how these affect revenues and profits. What is this, Muskan? I didn't get you. PTM, MUM, DT, mnemonic. What is that? Okay. What are managerial accounting tools? Break-even analysis, capital budgeting, constraint analysis, which is bottleneck, inventory analysis, useful for calculating cost of goods sold as well as placing a value on raw materials and unsold products. Margin analysis, a profit analysis typically built around revenue generated by a specific subset of data such as customer, region, product or business branch. Based on that, you will do the margin analysis. Transactional analysis, tools that look at a specific transaction such as sales to a particular customer or a purchase of certain goods. Or trend analysis, tools that look at changes to data over time to permit examination of changes to business conditions, helps for creating forecast. So all these are the accounting tools, which is managerial accounting tools to know about the business performance. What are those? Break-even analysis, capital budgeting, constraint analysis, inventory analysis, margin analysis, transaction analysis, and trend analysis. Classification of tools. For this, what all tools we can use? Financial accounting tools like ratio analysis, fund or cash flow analysis, trend analysis. Cost accounting, we can go for marginal accounting, standard costing, cost variance. If you're going for mathematical models, then you can go for operations research, linear programming, simulation theory. If you're going for future oriented, then you can follow budgeting, variance analysis, business forecasting, or if it is miscellaneous, then it could be management information system, managerial reporting, financial planning. So this is the common managerial accounting tools. I hope it is clear. So this is about the key business metrics and managerial accounting tools. So this is about the management reporting issues and analysis. I hope whatever we have discussed in Unit 2 is clear. So we have discussed about the performance analysis, capacity utilization analysis, productive efficiency analysis, allocative efficiency analysis, manpower planning analysis, and at last, managerial accounting tools. I hope it is clear. So far, whatever we have discussed, is everything clear? Now, if you have my concept book or if you have my capsule or any book, The other analysis, whatever it is there, you can revise it. In my Superthon video, I have discussed about the other analysis as well. So you can watch the Superthon video for utmost clarity in all the analysis in this entire management reporting issues and analysis unit. If you want utmost clarity, then you can watch the Superthon video in which I have discussed the entire concept. Sujesh, crystal clear, ma'am. Rajat, clear, ma'am. Okay. So these are the most important theory questions which will be tested from basics of management audit and management reporting issues and analysis. Okay. I hope everything is clear so far. If you have any doubts, then you can ask me in the Telegram channel. This material have already been shared to you. I request, it is an utmost request from me, revise it today itself, because you have understood the concept. Whatever, even if you are a first time listener, you would have understood the concept with this clarification or with this understanding what I have provided to you. But if you are not revising it today, just after tomorrow you'll not remember anything. Again, you have to watch the video. Video will be available, so you can watch it again and again. But if you don't want to waste your precious time, revise it today itself so that you'll understand it. Okay. Rajat, thank you for your efforts and for these revisions. You're welcome, Rajat. Muskan, yes ma'am. Okay, done. This material have been shared to you. By tomorrow, the entire material will be shared. Only in this, I have to add forensic audit and anti-money laundering and audit of different service organizations. I'll add it by tomorrow, and the entire material will be shared to you in Telegram channel. You can take Xerox of it and you can start revising it. Productive session, ma'am. Definitely revise today. Thank you, Haridev. Great. Thank you so much. Okay. So this is our day 3 marathon of basics of management audit and management reporting issues and analysis. I hope whatever fear you had from management audit is no longer there. And if any of my student is thinking of taking this particular topic as choice, I request not to take completely to the choice. Just listen to this class and revise these questions whatever I have given. At least, what if you would have thought that okay, I am very well done with cost audit. You think that I am very perfect with cost audit, but in the examination hall, might be you cannot remind that particular question. You will not remember that particular answer. There might be a chance of it. Why you're taking it as a choice? Read everything, and in that particular stage you will understand, okay, this question I know completely, this question I know only 4-5 points. Based on that you will be able to write. Okay, so listen to this class. If you want more clarity, listen to the Superthon class and revise the questions which I have given. It will be more than enough for management audit. You will be definitely be able to write it in the examination. Okay, I hope everything whatever we have discussed today is clear and you have enjoyed the session of management audit, not feeling to be bored. I guess so. I have done the justice to you. Okay, so this is our day 3 marathon. Tomorrow we'll meet with the day 4 marathon, in which we'll discuss with so far we've completed section A, cost audit, and this is the entire weightage of it. And today class we have completed section B, which is 10 to 17 marks or 7 marks. And in tomorrow's class, day 4 class, we'll do unit 3 of section B, management audit in different functions, and section C, internal control and internal audit, audit of different service organizations. Tomorrow's class will be full dimag karab class, because everything will be audit, 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 audit. Even I will bore to explain it, but it is also an interesting topic. So you'll understand it. I'll make it interesting for you. Tomorrow everything will be audit, audit, audit. Okay. Audit in management, audit in internal control. Okay. So we'll see tomorrow. One question can be tested from management audit in different functions for 7 marks, and one question shortly will be asked from audit of different service organizations, which will be your 8B question. Last question of your paper will be from this. Okay. I hope it is clear. So tomorrow's class will be unit 3 of section B and unit 3 of section C. So far we have completed these 6 topics. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Titan, this is not an easy task to take this much hours. You're great, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. Titan, ధన్యవాదములు. ధన్యవాదములు. Sujesh, thank you so much for the extended support. You're welcome, Sujesh. Thank you. Thank you, Titan. Waiting for tomorrow's class. Okay. So we'll end the class now. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's class. Don't forget to revise. Okay. If you have any doubts, I'll be available through Telegram channel. You can ask me in the Telegram channel. In tomorrow's class, before starting of class, I'll share the material to you. Okay. Okay. Bye.